Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Cusack Park for the first of the Clare Senior Football semi-finals today. Beautiful conditions here, a slight breeze between Kilmurry Bricken and Lissycasey. Joining me here today are David O'Brien, Milltown manager last year, and Declan Downs, Collins' understudy in the Clare Senior Football setup. I suppose, Dave, we'll start with you first. There's a few changes on you might give the Kilmurry Bricken changes.
Yeah, it looks like Niall Hickey, Darren Callan and Ian McInerney are being replaced by Andrew Shannon, Noel Downs and Diarmuid King. It's a couple of those changes were made the last day, so the difference now is Noel Downs seems to be into the Michael O'Dwyer from the team that started the last day, so you'll probably see him going into the full forward line with Keelan. Inda Coxon will probably take Marty's job as the sweeper, and maybe Daniel Walsh will go midfield instead of Niall. So it'll be more or less what happened the last day, except you'll have Michael O'Dwyer replaced by Noel Downs in the full forward line, so it'll be as they have probably been throughout the championship.
I suppose Declan from the Lissycasey side has a few changes as well.
Absolutely, we have Michael O'Neill, Matt O'Shea and Conor Finucane 17, 18 and 19 in the programme. They're coming into the team. They're obviously actually three vital components of what have helped get Lissycasey this far in the championship. Conor Finucane, big scoring threat inside. Matt O'Shea has been very influential around the middle of the field. Michael O'Neill, very experienced operator, good on the ball, looking to carry the ball into the forwards. Three good additions to have in from the start, probably expected, but good to see them in there from a Lissycasey point of view.
So Declan, I was over in Kilrush, and Lissycasey looked very impressive against Kilmehel in the last round.
Absolutely, yeah. Probably won that game were in control for nearly all of it. There was a stage there where Kilmehel came back into it, but Lissycasey answered it very well. There was a soft goal and also a sending off. But after that, Lissycasey went down the field, answered it with a few scores, and saw out the game probably in a comfortable manner by the end of it. Yeah.
I suppose, David, Kilmurry Bricken and Éire was touted as one of the games of the championship, and I suppose Kilmurry got over that.
Yeah, it was, and I think the big thing about Kilmurry is their experience stood out that day, and that Éire needed to start, they needed to dictate the pace of the game and everything, and Kilmurry just hit them with 2 goals very early, and from then on there was only going to be one winner because they got to dictate everything about the game. Éire got caught up in things. It kind of showed up the experience, and Kilmurry are probably the most experienced team in the county, even though they have a couple of younger players, but they've been part of a panel that have constantly been at the business end of the championship for the last 10 years. And you could just see that in the last round, and even against Milltown, it was at different stages when the game was going against them, or was just a bit of experience, slow the game down, dictate terms, and that's what they'll be looking through, the exact same thing again today.
I suppose maybe if you can look at the Lissycasey side again, what do they have to do now to be in contention in this game? Because I suppose the favourites tag is definitely with Kilmurry Bricken. What do they have to do to be in contention going into the last quarter?
Yeah, well, I suppose the narrative out there is that it's Kilmurry Bricken's game to win. But obviously, look at Lissycasey. You're here because they deserve to be here, and you have to go and take your chance and go and take the game to take Kilmurry Bricken. I suppose one of the key things is they've been getting scores in that inside line with Conor Finucane and Aaron Griffin. So you're probably going to have to try and get that ball into them early. The longer that Kilmurry Bricken hold them up out the field, the more that Kilmurry Bricken, because of their style of play, will crowd that box in around the scoring zone, and it'll limit the chances for them on the inside line to get those scores. So probably quick movement of the ball, look to get it into that inside line as soon as possible, and take the game to Kilmurry Bricken. This is an opportunity. You shouldn't be just sitting back and accepting the fact that they got here, and it's clapping the back saying they got to the semi-final this year. You don't know when you'll be back here again, so they have to go and take their opportunity here today if they can at all.
I suppose from a club you love so well, Kilmurry Bricken, I mean, their odds on today. Is Lissycasey a bit of a surprise for them to be there, or how will they take Lissycasey seriously?
Well, they definitely will, because they've been very close. They've met 3 or 4 times over the last 2 years, whether it's Cusack Cup or Championship, and Lissycasey have always got to the brink of almost beating, whether it went to extra time or replays or things like that. So they have to get over the line today. So the thing that Kilmurry, with Kilmurry, they're going to hit the equivalent to 14 or 15 points. It's whether Lissycasey can do that now. They probably will have to get 2 or 3 goals, because it's hard to see them getting the 15 points. Now, conditions are good today, but that's the key, is whether they can do it or not. It'll be matchups. Kilmurry will probably have Noel Downs and Keelan inside. It'll probably be Padraig McNamara and Ryan Griffin on him. That'll be a massive part of the game, because it's at the other end. Kilmurry will crowd it out. Aaron Griffin is if he gets the ball in his hand, it's very hard to stop, but they look to crowd out. Now Martin McMahon is a big loss because he orchestrates everything back there. Indale do it, but he does it in a different way. Marty's very vocal, and everyone knows exactly where they should be, and if they're not there, they don't. Whereas Indale play his own game to a little bit more. But they're the keys. But Kilmurry definitely won't underestimate them, because they've been put to the pin of their collar numerous times with Lissycasey over the years.
Before we have a guest coming on in a second there, do you think this could be a high scoring game, or will it be Kilmurry packing and attacking hard at the counter?
Yeah, That's what I would expect. I would expect that from what I've seen of like what we know of Kilmurray Bricken down through the years. They put the numbers back in, but they look to break, and they've probably expanded their game a small bit more this year. They have Daniel Walsh and Aidan McCarthy in the middle of the field who've brought legs to it, and Keelan has been shooting the lights out really in the inside line. So they can release it forward at a quicker pace. I would just imagine that as David alluded to, with the numbers that Kilmurray Bricken will get back, it's hard to see Lissycasey getting enough of the scores to make it a high scoring game. But it will be tight though. It will be tight, as I said, over the history of these two teams over the last number of years. There hasn't been nothing in it, so there are going to be a couple of points in it.
Before we ask you for your final predictions, first, Dave, I suppose the man waiting in the wings here, Micheál Talty, he's coming in now to join us. I suppose you know something about the charity that he's operating on?
Yeah, it's tremendous work by him and the Callan family over the last few weeks, over the last few years since Sheila tragically passed away, and they've ran a competition, a 7-a-side for her in her memory for the last 3 years, and since this year, because they haven't been able to do it, he came up with the idea of swapping the jerseys. Now it's not really suiting us because I don't think we ever grew up wanting to wear these colours in county semi-final day. But
you're getting used to wearing them.
But before you put it on for the cameras for the whole world to see. Micheál, you might want to say a few words, and it's a brilliant initiative that you're doing, and well done to you.
Yeah, thanks very much. And first of all, I want to thank yourself and Pat Fitz and all the county board for inviting us here today. We've got a massive response in the last week, nearly 23,000 in about 9 days, and all people from all over Clare. Now it's starting to go nationwide, and just want to especially thank, I suppose, yourself, Martin Donnelly, our sponsor, and all our sponsors that have helped us with the prizes. And I suppose the main men that helped us out at the start, we had Dob and Joe Gary and a lot of those lads starting off, and it's all for a great cause. Clare CF Support Fund, Julian Benson Foundation. This year was an important year for us. It would have been Sheila's 30th birthday, so we kind of wanted to mark the occasion and do something special, and in fairness, everyone has rode in behind us, and it's going great so far.
I suppose, David, it's a proud moment for you on county semi-final day to be wearing a Kilmurray jersey, and I suppose you don't even have the jersey that you're actually sponsoring this year. How do you feel as a Milltown man to be wearing a Kilmurray jersey? I know it's all good sport, and I think you're half Kilmurray yourself, for you. Is the truth is known?
Look, it's for a great cause, and that's what it's all about. Like CF, and I knew Sheila, a lovely girl, and know Michael for years, so it's unbelievable work. And look, you'll do anything you can to help charity, and if it means having to wear this on county semi-final day, it's okay. Declan it might be even a little bit more between Lissycasey and Kilmehel as well, but look, it's a brilliant cause. It's unbelievable work. Anyone that hasn't done it so far, I think Bernard Brogue and all the lads are railed into now, so they're at over 20,000. There's no reason why I can't hit 25, 30,000 over the next few days, and it's all going to a brilliant cause, so more luck to them.
And I suppose an emotional note for you at Kilmehel, man, wearing a Lissycasey jersey, and they also in a county semi-final. How do you feel? Are you okay, Declan, about it?
My psychiatrist will help me through this, I'm sure, afterwards. Anyway, all right. No, but look, in all jest, as I said, it's a brilliant cause, absolutely fantastic work going on. And what if any pain on my behalf when wearing this jersey it pays into insignificance in the work that's going on here and the cause that it's driving. Like it's phenomenal work that's going on for everyone.
The lads above are roaring for us to get going, so thanks to David and to Michael and to Declan for wearing those beautiful jerseys, and we'll hand you up there to the commentary box, and to Sil and to Joe Gary.
Just in case they got wish, but we will be, as I said, it's a fantastic idea, and it's all over the county at the moment, and we'll talk more about it down the line. There's no more talking to you about this now as we go to the line out from Kilmurray Bricken here. First of all, from the green and the red and the green and the red, I was told one time about Kilmurray Bricken. In goal, David Sexton. Full-back line is Shane Hickey, Darren Hickey at full-back with Macalean at 4. At left half-back is Diarmaid King, centre half-back Kieran Morrissey, and on his left is wearing Darragh Sexton. In the middle of the field is Daniel Walsh, and it's going to be Aidan McCarthy. Michael Hogan in the Coughlin, and Dermot Coughlin in the half forward line. While top of the right at 13 is Keelan Sexton. Full forward wearing 18 is going to be Noel Downs, and top of the left wearing 17 is going to be Andrew Shannon. Lissycasey will line out as follows: in goal, Killian Normile. Full back line, Martin Borden, Ryan Griffin at full back, and Paulie McNamara at 4. Mikey O'Neill at right half back with Seamus Collins at centre half back, and Oisin Hanron. In the middle of the field, Francie Hayes and Matt O'Shea. Half forward line of Brian Cahill, Niall McCarthy and Inda Finucane, while top of the right wearing 19 is Conor Finucane. Niall Kelly is at 14 and full forward, and Adam Griffin is top of the left wearing the number 15 jersey. Now, Joe, I'll go back talking to you again if the huge insult at the start of the game. Looking back through these sides, this is the best example we'll get the whole weekend of experience versus youth. A very, very lively Lissycasey side. We were just looking at the records there of Kilmurray and Brecon. If they get to the county final, it will be their 10th county final appearance since the year 2000. They've won 8 of the last 9. Huge names that we've seen here. And then you look at Lissycasey, as I said, contrasting fortunes for them as well. And we'll talk more about them. But a very talented, two very, very talented sides.
And two contrasting styles as well. You know, Lissycasey bringing a lot of young lads into the squad. You know, they've been building for a couple of years, and John Ryan has done a magnificent job. No, they had, you know, taking down Cracklow here was noteworthy in the first round. We all probably expected them to take Kilmel in round 2. They'd probably just have a stronger panel of players than Kilmel had this year. That was to be expected. But the boys from the Brecon, they've done everything has been asked of them. They're the kingpins at the moment in Clare football, because they're the team people have to stop. And I think, as I said there in the preview last night, you know, I think they would have breathed a bit of a sigh of relief as well with Milltown going out of the championship. It wouldn't be in any fear of Milltown, but it would be the fact that the two teams would know each other so well, and the stalemate that would invariably materialise from that. So now they have an opportunity. The team has been named. I don't expect Under Shannon to be named top of the left or to play top of the left. Noel Jones will definitely play inside, probably with Keelan, you'd imagine, the two of those. We expect Daniel Walsh to go to midfield, and in the other change as well, that will mean Andrew will come probably back out in the half forward line at least. From the Lissycasey perspective, Brian Cahill is named the 10. We expect him to drop back into the half back line. Matt will definitely come into the middle of the field, all right, and Conor Finucane up front. But Aaron Griffin has been shooting the lights out as well. So Conor Finucane and Aaron Griffin, you know, big ask on their shoulders today, up against what is a very experienced, as you say, and tight marking Kilmurray defence.
Absolutely. Aaron Griffin was the man I was going to talk about, also Conor Finucane as well. But Aaron Griffin, he's the kind of a lad that has caught the eye over the last year or two, and a huge talent.
A huge talent, yeah. There's Griffin's a plenty there. I know he's a younger brother as well on their minor team. They're playing a minor championship semi-final on Wednesday night. Martin Daly's in charge of those, and Ryan Griffin obviously we know about, and Shane Griffin will probably make an appearance as well. There's plenty of Griffins there, and in terms of, you know, driving on Lissycasey onto what they hope will be the next level. 2007 since they won the championship, and they've been out of the limelight a bit, have struggled a bit at times, and you know, but they're always hugely competitive, and none more so than against Kilmurray. Every game is a point or 2 points. There's nothing in it. They just match up well to Kilmurray. I just think Kilmurray at the moment are dealing with every challenge they have to deal with in a competent manner. They have their eyes set on this, getting back to the county final, as you say, and what a record that would be to come back into the county final for the 10th time in 20 years. It just shows you you know, not only the talent they have, it's one thing having talent, but the dedication and the commitment they have to match it as well.
John Ryan, their manager, a very experienced man.
That's true, John. I came across John a number of years ago as Clare junior manager at the time. He had the Limerick juniors, and we had, you know, that time there was a Munster Junior Football Championship, and John has been very involved with the Limerick junior ladies as well, to an All-Ireland football final, very involved in Limerick football, very involved in Limerick Colleges football. So, you know, he's been involved in Kilmel, he's been involved in a couple of teams in Clare. So John will know the scene very, very well. He'd love to have a crack at Cracklow, I'm sure. I've been a Cracklow man living down there. He'd love to have a crack at Cracklow if he got a chance at him, but he's drawn Kilmurray in order to get to Cracklow. If Cracklow are to get there, he has to deal with a big, big hurdle today.
And that's another huge game coming up tomorrow as well. We talk about experienced managers. The horse must be right up there with one of the most experienced club managers, without a doubt, in the county.
In the country, you could say, not to mention the county, you know. And the thing about Horse is that he wouldn't be one now for taking down notes, copious notes on anyone. He'll just stand, he'll take it all in. He knows the players inside out. He'll know not only the players but all belong to them, and he will know exactly what he'd expect of the players. He's a great believer in putting faith in players, and, you know, in trusting them to take the right option. He'll have a very set way of playing, certainly. He'll value possession of the ball, but it'll all be about making the most of possession and encouraging players. There'll be nobody that he can't deal with. He'll be saying everyone has to put their shoulder to the wheel, put the team to the front, and that's why Kilmurray drive on from teams, because he has done it all as a player himself and as a mentor, not only for Kilmurray but for a number of clubs.
Absolutely. Well, out in the middle of the field, Niall Quinn referee, is the man looked like Fergal Gray probably, and Chris Maguire looks like the man doing the line for him at the moment. Down here to our left hand side, Kilmurray and Brecon ready for action, moving into the middle of the field, and again in the maroon of the Lissycasey down here to our right hand side, just outside the 20 metre line, and of course Audrey Ludwire and Martin Daly, two men who have battled both Lissycasey, Kilmurray, Brecon in their day. Not alone have they battled against each other, but they've played with each other at the highest possible level at international rules as well. So two legends down on the sideline at the moment. They'll get serious now in a moment, Joe, but at the moment the Joe is coming from Martin Daly down there as well, and Audrey enjoying that. As we said, Niall Quinn ready for the action here.
Yeah, well, it's a good big day for Niall as well, county semi-final, and, you know, he's been coming up through the edges there with underage football, and as well as senior championship match the last couple of years. I know his mother Clare will be listening in above in Milltown. Noted set dancer up there with Mary Clancy's crew. But Niall will have his footwork ready now. He's his team lined up, and it looks as if we're getting ready now for our on the V, and we'll hear that played very shortly as well. Both teams lining out, and it's worth remembering as well still, I suppose, in the week that's in it, we've lost one of our most famous musicians of the week that's in it, in Chris Stoney. A life well lived, a legacy well left, and Sulla Shireen of Lahashart to Chris Store. I'm sure there'll be a lot in North Clare listening in today, particularly with St. Bracken's involvement tomorrow, and I know the funeral is taking place today, so the bed of heaven to his gentle soul.
Absolutely. Well, as I said, he has given enjoyment to so many people around the world. He has indeed, with his music as well, and we'll echo those sentiments from Joe as well. The hour on the V, and I think it has taken a break here in this game. That'll go for the next game, of course. When there's 2 games on, it always goes to the second game, no matter what. Niall Quinn is the man with the ball in his hand. That's the ball the 30 players right now starting off will be looking for here for a place in the county football final of 2020 here out in the middle of the field, looking at the changes around, Joe.
Yep.
And you've spotted some.
Brian Cahill has gone back. He's gone back picking up Michael Hogan at left half back. Other than that, we expected Andrew Shannon to move out. Andrew has moved out to the right half forward position. It means the Noel Downs is inside, and we're underway. Lissycasey in possession.
And again, Lissycasey are in position into the middle of the field. There comes Niall McCarthy getting the ball. Now he's sending the ball down to Winda Finucane, right into the corner, looking for Niall Kelly. Challenged down there aside by Shane Hickey. It was getting the ball away to the far side of the field, and Lissycasey tried to measure their ball across to the middle of the field. Now it's one back on the attack. It's in the Finucane, back out to Conor Finucane, back out the field once again to Mikey O'Neill, looking around, all happening. Now it's on to the hands of Pauline McNamara. Lissycasey in control of it. Aidan McCarthy was shouldering there at the moment. Now it's out to Brian Cahill, driving forward, being chased by Michael Hogan out to the far side of the field. Again, pullbacks to the referee, Niall Quinn. There's going to be a free in here for Lissycasey in the first attack of the game, and it's going to be an opportunity about 22, maybe 23 metres out, 7 or 8 metres in from the far side of the field.
Conor will be kicking with his right foot, you know. Good to see Lissycasey drive at the Kilmurray lads. Good to see the ambition that's there. Brian Cahill demanded the ball, pulled back clearly illustrated, and an opportunity for an opening score.
And it's an opening score from the boot of Conor Finucane. Its high is dropping in, and it's dropping over the bar. The opening score, it's seconds on the clock here in the park, and it's the Lissycasey who go into the lead here in the opening seconds.
And it'll be interesting now to see how Kilmurray manage. Remember, Marty McMahon's absence is huge. Often said he just closed doors before other lads realise they're open, and you know he would be available for all those kickouts. But David Sexton hasn't put a foot wrong in the championship so far since taking over from his uncle Pato. In goal, found into Coughlin to go right up the stand side of the field. Kilmurray possession based, players coming off the shoulder at pace. We're trying to open up this Lissycasey defence very, very shortly.
It's Aidan McCarthy back out to Shane Hickey. He's in the middle of the field, fisting the ball right through to the centre. It goes out to Daniel Walsh. Daniel Walsh blazing down on the Lissycasey goal, pulled to the side. Now he goes to the ground, sends the ball back to this side of the field, but the referee Niall Quinn has called the play back despite the ball going over from the boot of Daniel Walsh, but the referee has called it back here. Keelan Sexton is standing right on the spot here for the Kilmurray Brickamen with their opening opportunity here, and on the scoreboard 2 minutes exactly on the scoreboard, and going back to retrieve the ball is going to be Keelan Sexton, placing this ball practically right on the edge of the semicircle, now moving out inches outside that, and this is a golden opportunity for Keelan Sexton for a nearly opening score in this game. He's going to be one of those players you couldn't take your eyes off of in any game that he plays in. An absolute ball of fire when he's on fire. Let's see what happens right now as he's coming up to take this one. The breeze is shaking into the back of his jersey, nothing major, just like he's blowing into the terracing stand at the far side as Keelan Sexton pops up for this one and lands the ball straight over the black spot, straight over the bar. 1 point apiece here, 2.5 minutes gone here in the first of the County Senior Football Championship semi-finals.
Yeah, if Niall had let it ran for a couple of seconds, Daniel Walsh kicked a fine point anyway, so it's one way or another was a point going over the bar for the Kilmurray boys. Good positive start from both sides, though, trying to expand it, trying to open up the play a bit. Lissycasey now on the far side of the field again. Niall McCarthy's in possession. Plenty of runners coming off. It's going to be lively still.
It's going to be Ed McCarthy breaking up, taking the ball away from Niall McCarthy, back into the middle of the field, racing over it. Now it's out to Daniel Wall. He's taking the ball into the middle. It comes out to Dermot Coughlin. Coughlin breezing inside here to the far side of the field, trying to get through the centre, holding on to it. Now it comes out to Dara Sexton. Dara Sexton looking for Michael Hogan. Ball going right to the 20 metre line. Now taking it back to Noel Downs. Noel Downs going back in, but it's controlled right inside on the edge of it by Seamus Collins, coming out with that ball, breaking it up, gets it out to Niall McCarthy. Niall McCarthy back over to the far side of the field. Brian Cahill racing out with that ball. Ball goes to the ground, challenged out there in the middle of the field, and then Andrew Shannon is in there, but still holding on to the ball and winning it back is the Kilmurray Brickamen. Kieran Morrissey in the control of the ball, out to Aidan McCarthy. on the 45-metre line, trying to get a pass and getting a past Mikey O'Neill, still holding on to it. They've clashed in the whole of the field. Now on the football field, out to this side, out to Keelan Sexton, a shot, and the ball goes in and goes over the bar. It's like a ball that was heading to the top and the corner of the net, but it just skinned the top of the crossbar. And Killian Normoyle in the Lissycasey goal, never taking his eyes off of that one. 2 points to 1. Kilmurray lead here, 4 minutes gone.
Brian Cahill being a bit too casual there coming out that last ball. He should have protected it and give it away. And once you give the ball back to Kilmurray, you seldom get it back without a scoring opportunity resulting for them. Enda Finucane is in possession. Lissycasey have done well on their kick out certainly from the start of the game. They're keeping possession well, but they need to reply now and bring it back down the score. 4 minutes into the match. We're 2 points to 1, Kilmurray in front.
Ball coming out to the first side of the field, picked up by Matt O'Shea, taking the ball out there from Niall McCarthy. Now coming in here to this side, the ball coming in here from the boot of Conor Finucane. It's high and it's dropping straight over the bar. Once again, Conor Finucane, the man coming across for the ball. Great build up there from Niall McCarthy into Finucane as well. It ended up at the boot of Conor, pops it over the bar, size level 2 pints apiece, and exactly almost on the 5 minute mark.
Yeah, it's 4.5 minutes gone, 4 scores. Lively football indeed. Free enough a point from play from both sides, and both sides playing the same type of game, working the ball through the middle of the field, start passing, looking for a runner, then trying to release inside lads. It's the boys inside you want doing the damage to Keelan's, the Conor Finucane's, and it's Keelan they're going looking for one more time. Well cut out by Seamus Collins though. Great anticipation by the 6 from Lissycasey. Watched the run, held his ground and has cut out possession, and Lissycasey go up the field once more.
It's Niall McCarthy taking the ball into the middle of the field, once again lining it up, trying to get that ball away. Matt O'Shea on the ball for the Lissycasey men are getting ready now, decide to drive through the centre. Ed McCarthy right on his back at the moment, sending it out to this side of the field, out to Aaron Griffin. Aaron Griffin off the left boot, it's high, it looks sweet. He's going to drop short, it drops right into the edge of it, and just getting his hand to it, but the ball gone over the line from the hand of Niall Kelly, and it's going to be once again placed for the kick out for the Kilmurray Brecon men and for David Sexton getting ready. He's about like a man about to take a shot. He does, gets it out to Inda Coughlin, placing the ball out to Mark Aline chipping the ball into the wide open centre. Daniel Walsh running onto it. He's busy in this early part of the game. Back to Michael Hogan now, trying to take control of it. Into the middle it goes to Darrell Sexton. Now he's driving forward, going left and right. Michael Hogan on his right shoulder, setting the dummy, now setting him right into the wide open space, still trying to control it and waiting for it is Shane Hickey on the far side of the field. He's looking around. Dermot Coughlin is the man coming off his shoulder, taking the ball, all happening 55 out. It's 2 points apiece, 6.5 minutes gone here in the park. Aidan McCarthy trying to control it. Mikey O'Neill was in there as well, but the ball goes to the ground, says the referee Niall Quinn. It's going to be a free. Dermot Coughlin has the ball in his hand. He's about 55 out. Now he decides to take it right up into the centre, looking for Keelan Sexton, but keeping an eye on him is Ryan Griffin. Right, all the action happening there in the corner, and the umpire has stated the ball has come off Ryan Griffin out over the line. It's going to be a 45 for Keelan Sexton and for Kilmurray Brecon at 2 points apiece.
Yes, it was a ball to nothing really, because Keelan never gave up the ghost. He put plenty of pressure on Ryan Griffin. I thought it was going to run out wide. I'm sure that was Brian's intention, but Keelan, in fairness, never gave up the ghost. Came all the way. He'll come out here to the sideline now, kicking with his right foot. He'll only be 5 or 6 metres there from his father, right on the sideline, urging him no doubt to go over the black spot, over Killian Normoyle's black spot, as we face him there to the Clare into the ground here in Cusick Park. But another opportunity for Kilmurray Brecon. I just thought he might go short, but I think he's going to back himself and have one right decent cut at it. We're right in line with it.
We're right in line with this one. 45 out. The ball is curling in, but not enough. It's going to land on the edge of the 13-metre line, going to come back out to this side, but it's picked up and tied up by Matt O'Shea, sending the ball back to the far side of the field, out to Conor Finucane, taking the ball on the far side from Brian Cahill, now turning back into the centre. Matt O'Shea still waiting there, but the ball goes right through the centre. Once again, the Lissycasey building up. Francie Hayes is on the ball, releasing it back. Mikey O'Neill on control of it, back on his own, inside his own 65-metre line, down the centre it goes into the hands of Aaron Griffin. Aaron Griffin being challenged outside the middle of the field. Play answers the referee, and the ball goes back to the Kilmurray Brecon men. It's Aidan McCarthy out to Dermot Coughlin on the attack, to the right hand side, to our left hand side, back into the centre to Daniel Walsh, still out there, again into Noel Downs. Noel Downs trying to sell the dummy. Michael Hogan is there for the assist. He'll chip this ball in. Will he cut it aside? He does, but not enough, says the umpire, and the ball goes to the left of the goal and wide. 8 minutes gone here in the first half. It's still 2 points apiece. Kilmurray Bricken versus Lissycasey.
Great defensive work by Mark Killeen. You know, he knows he's on Aaron Griffin. He'll go with him wherever he needs to go with him, and followed him right out in the middle of the field. Got a vital path to the ball, knocked it away, and then, as I said before, it almost invariably results. Great anticipation too on the break from Dara in the middle of the field. He's turned over Dara Sexton. He's turned over a ball that was destined for Lissycasey. Shane Hickey now joining the attack. Kilmurray beginning to put the squeeze on. Remember though, on the scoreboard, 8 minutes 44 seconds gone, and we're co-score.
And it's Dermot Coughlin with the ball from way out the field, sends it high, and he sends it over the bar. A great run from Dermot Coughlin, ably assisted there by Shane Hickey, building it up from the middle of the field, and good work from Dara Sexton as well. A special word of welcome, of course, to our sponsors this afternoon, and that comes from Innes Home Furniture on the Quinn Road Industrial Estate. Just turn in, and it's the first left on the left hand side as we send this ball in. Once again it goes into Shane Hickey, and once again he pops the ball straight over the bar. 2 and 60 seconds for Kilmurray Bricken. They now go into a 4-2 lead with 9.5 minutes gone. So a very, very special welcome there to Brendan, Aideen and Sarah, as I said, all part of our sponsorship this afternoon, and looking forward to what should be a cracking encounter here this afternoon. And again, Joe, you've more news of course on that. We'll let you in there in a minute, because it's a very, very big day for somebody associated with Innes Home Furniture. We'll get that in the next break of play. Seamus Collins is the man that's on it. Francie Hayes, soccer style, chips the ball back into his hand. On his left hand side is Linda Finucane, but goes right through to Conor Finucane. Conor picking up this ball to Mikey O'Neill. Mikey O'Neill coming off the left out here, selling the dummy to Michael Hogan. He does it again from out the field. It's high, but it's going to curl to the left hand side, and it goes to the left, and it goes wide off the boot of Mikey O'Neill. Still 4-2, 10 minutes gone here in the first half.
Yeah, too wide, and there were shots to nothing really, because they weren't kicked that terribly confidently on this side, kicking in off the left leg from here in front of us at Cusick Park, whereas Kilmurray then, just so cosy up in front in the Coughlin did a vital intercepted the kick out it straight away. Shane Hickey, is on hand. Dermot Coughlin kicked the point, Shane kicked the point, doing the simple things well. That's where experience comes into. You're trying to keep it. They're beginning to run a little too many gaps from Lissycasey's point of view, appearing around the middle of the field, and they're going to be punished very quickly, you'd imagine.
And it's Daniel Walsh on the ball at the moment, kicking this one in, but again it goes to the left of the goal, and it goes wide. Kilmurray Bricken sweeping out of the fin right up the centre. They've gone with the last few attacks, and Daniel Walsh, not for the first time, has been on the end of those attacks, but at the moment it's still 4-2. Killian Normile in the goal, getting ready for the kick out for the Lissycasey men. Neatly chips the ball right into the middle of the field. Niall McCarthy is back there as well. You can see the push from here as the ball is dropping down there on Niall McCarthy, so it's a free in for Lissycasey.
More of a friendly dunt than a push, but there's still a little bit of a shove nevertheless. Kieran just held his ground, and Niall Quinn right on hand to wave it for the Lissycasey boys, quite rightly too. Niall Kelly's in possession. Lissycasey need to get a response again. They need to put a bit of sustained pressure on, and the right man is on the ball.
And it's Aaron Griffin on the ball, trying to get inside to the far side, gets inside Mark Colleen. Well, he was doing everything possible to get inside Mark Colleen, but goes to the ground, and it's going to be a free in for Conor Finucane and for Lissycasey over on the far side of the field. Aaron Griffin just taking a knock there, will receive a bit of treatment. Conor Finucane going over to see, well, I was going to say he's going over to see his welfare, but he's going over to retrieve the ball, and hopefully Aaron Griffin will be back on his feet very, very shortly. A massive, massive player for Lissycasey as well, no doubt about that. And as we said, it's a big day for the Innes Home Furniture.
It's a big day, yes. Innes Home Furniture, they're in operation 9 years and down there, so Brendan won't be with him today, I know, because David, his son, the man we call Rasher from Fado, he played midfield for me in the Clare Minor football team many years ago. He was also midfield of the Clare Minor hurling team that year. Rasher's getting married. He's the third attempt today. Now he's third marriage now, but he's third attempt at the first marriage. And we wish him and Laura the very, very best of luck as they enjoy their big day. I know Brendan's gone up, he's polished like a new pin, so we wish him the very best of luck. Hopefully they'll have a great day, and the very best of luck to the newly married.
I'm glad you collected that. He's third attempt at the first marriage. Conor Finucane pops that ball straight over the bar. You're talking about David Reedy when he was playing. One particular year, I know, he played with 10 different teams between hurling and football, between colleges, clubs and county as well, and a man that was just simply plagued with injury. Into the middle of the field, and coming on with that ball is Diarmaid King for Kilmurray Bricken. Now it breaks into the middle of the field, once again making the run on this side, holding on to that ball, chipping it across to this side of the field and trying to get that ball away. Now it's out to Michael Hogan. Michael Hogan taking that ball from Andrew Shannon in the middle of the field, but again the ball going astray. It comes to Francis driving the ball into the middle of the field. Matt O'Shea with the ball in his hand, looking around. Now it's back to Conor Finucane. Finucane. He chips a neat ball to Francie Hayes on the far side of the field, looking across, decides to go direct, looking for Niall Kelly. Niall Kelly just getting out there on top, and just on time, topping the ball, but it's holding in the air. It should be David Sexton, and it is David Sexton. He sends it out to Dara, out to the middle of the field, and between David Sexton to Dara Sexton, men combined out to this side of the field. It's Aidan McCarthy with the ball, waiting for it, about to be challenged by Mike O'Neill. Release the ball back to Michael Hogan. They're inside their own half of the field now. Back to Mark Colleen. Mark Colleen delivers the ball into the wide open space for Kieran Morrissey, trying to keep track of the ball. It's 4 points to 3 here. 14 minutes almost gone here in this first half, and now Dermot Coughlin on the ball again. Michael Hogan making the big run through the centre, and that's the man that gets the ball out of the space that goes. About to be challenged into the ground. It goes to Keelan Sexton. He sells the dummy now, turns out. Oh, that's fantastic play right inside on the edge of the square there, coming out with that ball, looking back once again. It's tremendous play there from Ryan Griffin. He just got the hand in just in time, and Keelan Sexton was ready to shoot into the middle of the field. It's picked up by Francie Hayes for Lissycasey, setting up. It's 4-3. Conor Finucane on the ball, trying to get inside Dara Sexton, going left and right, looking for a runner on the space. It arrives from the Griffinella. That's Ryan Griffin. Aaron Griffin on the ball, pops the ball in. That's a superb score by any standard from the boot of Aaron Griffin, set up further out the field. That's an excellent finish, and that's the live wire we've seen over the last couple of years. It's 4 points apiece in the park with 14 and a half minutes gone here at level pegging.
And scored, and Kate scored that there, and she done TG Cahir for a score like that, and that's what it was, a score of the first degree. Outstanding stuff in Lissycasey. Ryan Griffin rightly applauded and rightly lauded for his defensive work. Keelan tried to sell in the dummy, you wouldn't blame him for that, but Ginny just took the ball on, and from there on in Conor Finucane is involved, and they gave it to the speedster. Aaron Griffin off his right foot knew exactly what he dashed through the gap, and then sweetly struck a point. Best score of the game so far by a country mile. We're 15 minutes gone. We'll be very near the Sussex very quickly. Lissycasey do have a bit between their teeth right now,
and they've been the Finucane on the ball, getting it across to the far side, popping it in. Niall Kelly linking up on the far side of the field with Conor Finucane. Back to Kelly again, challenged by Darren Hickey, surrounded by Kilmurray Brickaman. Releases the ball just in time. Conor Finucane just getting his booter, keeps it in play and takes it back out into the middle of the field, out to Seamus Collins. The safe hands coming right across the field. That O'Shea making the run, but he's going to go right through the centre to Niall McCarthy. He has a golden opportunity. 20-yard shot. Oh, the ball just skins the top of the crossbar, sends the ball straight over the bar. That was a brilliant opening right through the centre of the Kilmurray defence. Lissycasey going to the lead, 5 points to 4 here, and we're coming up to the first of the water breaks right here now at the moment. Both sides coming off. Lissycasey to our right, Kilmurray to our left hand side.
And Kilmurray now will be quite relieved on that. After that last attack, there was a splendid goal opportunity to Niall McCarthy, bore right down in goal. You know exactly what to do. You can see Lissycasey have there with the last couple of minutes, their pep between their step, beginning to believe in themselves, because they seem to stand off Kilmurray there for a couple of minutes in the middle, and Kilmurray put 2 points. Dermot and Shane put points on the board on them, but Lissycasey come storming back in, and that was a worrying occasion there on the last play for the Kilmurray boys, because they were carved right open, and Niall McCarthy had been annoyed with himself. He did get a point, but he'd been annoyed that he didn't test the keeper on that. Nevertheless, Lissycasey go in with a 1 point sus time lead, we'll call it, as we near the lunchtime break, but it's still a 1 point lead, and so far, from what we've seen so far, there's nothing between the two.
Last 3 scores in this game coming from the boots of the Lissycasey men.
That's true, and we'll say Conor Finucane has kicked 2 frees as well, so his eye is well in. Niall McCarthy's kicked his point as well from play, and from what we've seen of the Kilmurray boys, we know the danger is Keelan, but they'll have to get other options as well. In fairness, Daniel Walsh did kick a fine point, which Keelan later converted, and Dermot has converted as well. But so far, I'm sure Aidan Horse Maloney won't be panicking in any way, but he'll be saying to lads, we have to track our men. And the last occasion they lost them, and it could have paid a big price.
Brilliant interception here above from Ryan Griffin, because Keelan was just going in, he was just selling the dummy, and Ryan Griffin just getting the hand in, taking the ball away. It was a gift, a bit of
it was a gift, and it was his younger brother, then Aaron. There was a Irish prophet at the other end of it, down at this side of the field, didn't kick the point, and that was a flowing move. That was the best score we saw in the first half. Outstanding stuff, and I'm sure John Ryan will say, lads, this is there where you've 1 quarter, you're playing maybe the favourites maybe for the championship potentially, but he said you've shown that you're well capable of matching them. And Niall Quinn has said, right lads, we're back in it for another 15, and so far it's been entertaining stuff. Whether people are listening here on Clare FM or watching it on Clare GA, it's a nice lively game of football, plenty of good footballers course on view, and we're in for another 45 or 50 minutes of it.
Killian Normal leading the parade out from the Lissycasey men down here to our right hand side, and David Sexton doing likewise, going back into the goal here to our right hand side. He's the man that will start to play here. Niall Quinn, the referee from Milltown, is out in the middle of the field. Now he's indicating everybody's back on the field, and everybody that shouldn't be on it is off it, and this is the way it goes. The kick out coming, and if anything the breeze is favouring Lissycasey here in this first half, but it's harmless enough. It's in the Coughlin, a long way from harmless, let me tell you. The man, the huge experienced man, and also the Clare senior football selector as well, getting the ball out to Michael Hogan. Michael Hogan controlling the ball. Mikey O'Neill right in front of him at the moment, going in for the challenge. Michael Hogan still trying to control it. He does, gets it back to Inda Coughlin, who lines it up for Dara Sexton on the far side of the field. Lining up also, coming right through the centre, is Dermot Coughlin. Dermot Coughlin turning back on here to his left, now decides to go direct, heading for the corner, trying to find that ball to Noel Downs. He'll do well to keep it in play. He doesn't. The ball just coming off his boot. He did everything right, but the last touch, the ball just going over the line, is going to be a line ball for Lissycasey. Back here to our left hand side, running around here, chipping the ball out to this side. Mike O'Neill making himself available, tries to keep the ball in play, and I thought he did, but he didn't, says Chris Maguire. It's going to be a line ball right down here to our left hand side. He's taken fast. It's out to Daniel Walsh. Daniel Walsh, 5-4. Lissycasey leading here with 19 minutes on the clock. Shane Hickey linking up out the middle of the field with Daniel Walsh. Now out to Dara Sexton. Dara Sexton is going to have a pop from out the field. Is it going to curl in inches? Ball going in, and the ball going straight over the bar. It looked like a ball that had curled to the left, hadn't gone in, but it had, since the umpire down here to our left hand side. That's an excellent score from the boot of Dara Sexton. It's level pegging at 5 points apiece.
Fine score from Dara. You seem to tail. I thought initially myself that it was gone to right of the post, but obviously the umpire right underneath it, and sides level as we go in 19 minutes in, a couple of minutes into the suspect of the second quarter. Matt Shea, captain of Lissycasey, storming down the stand side of the field,
and he's driving right through the middle, looking for support, gets it back out to the middle of the field, out to Conor Finucane. He chips a neat ball right into the centre, and there's Francie Hayes, the ball coming off his left boot and popping it over the bar. Once again that opportunity arriving, but a brilliant move once again from the Lissycasey men, all off the boot, kicking into space, and Francie Hayes did well to control it aside and popped it over the bar. Lissycasey go back into the lead, challenged out there outside. Good work Oisin Hanrahan, just getting the boot in there in time, but illegally, says the referee Niall Quinn, and it's going to be a free for Kilmorey Bricken.
The golden rule always is go down on the ball, you know, and you'll get your nudge. You got the nudge, you got the free, you know, no argument for it, but you can just see, I suppose, Marty's would make those things that bit easier for players, you know, when his presence isn't there and controlling the runs and things like that, it'll make a little bit, so there's going to be some difficulties on the kick out, but in fairness to David Sexton, he's found his man every single time and kept possession again. Good reply from the Lissycasey boys, the last score for Kilmorey as well. Again, an opening right in front of the goal, and on another day Francie could well have had a cut at the goal, but he's kicked the point, he's put Lissycasey still in front. Dermot Coughlin will be doing the utmost to change that.
Being challenged out there in the middle of the field. Now it comes out to Michael Hogan. Michael Hogan high, can he chip this one in? It's going to be close, but once again, since the umpire not close enough, back down to our left hand side, it's still 6 points to 5. It's Lissycasey leading here, with your commentary compliments once again of Innes Home Furniture on the Quinn Road Industrial Estate. Ball out to the middle of the field, challenged out there, breaking ball, and once again Shane Hickey on the ball, chipping it right into the centre to Noel Downs. Noel Downs about to be challenged back there by Martin Morden, but again gets the ball over to the far side. Once again on the attack comes out to Keelan Sexton off the left boot. Again that ball holding in the air. Killian Normal was coming out for that ball, but he leaves it to Seamus Collins. He's been challenged. Killian Normal trying to get control of it. Now he dives on the ball, and the referee going in there at the moment, and it's going to be a free in, no doubt about that. It's going to be a free in on the 13 metre line for the Kilmorey men. At the moment they're one behind, and a golden opportunity to make it level pegging, Joe.
That's true, and I suppose Killian knew exactly what he was doing. He took the space rather than taking the ball. He said, I'll throw myself and make sure nobody gets it, because Lissycasey had messed it up. In fairness, they had plenty of bodies back there. They should have been able to deal with it, and it was cross communication or whatever, but eventually Killian said it's better give away a 21 or 14 metre free than a goal. It will result in a point for Keelan. He's duly converted it. He's third of the afternoon, 2 frees and 1 from play from Keelan. We're level pegging Kilmorey Evercon, Shea Pointe, Lissycasey, Shea Pointe, and there's 22 minutes officially on the clock. We're about 5 minutes into the second quarter.
And the All-Ireland dancing champion is about to take the kick out once again into the middle of the field. Killian Normal, and again it's controlled by Matt O'Shea into the middle of the field, sending it across. Niall McCarthy coming on to trying to control the ball, but he leaves out into Finucane. Again, firm grip in the middle of the field. Out to Mikey O'Neill, about to chip this ball Again, Shane Hickey about to visit him out in the middle of the field. That was fantastic play and tremendous play out there outside to the middle of the field by Andrew Shannon, driving through, still holding on to this ball. Will he ever pop? Sends it out to Dermot Coughlin. Dermot Coughlin is Darragh Sexton, gets it across to Darragh Sexton. Again, just falls to the ground, but does well to get it back to Dermot Coughlin. Again, sending it back in. It's a comedy right on the 20-metre line. Darragh Sexton, but again, loses the ball, and a great run down the line here by Oisin Hanrahan, breaking up that attack, sending it out to this side of the field. Francie Hayes is on the ball, now sending it across to Oisin Hanrahan once again, popping the ball. He has time to look up, looking for support, gets it back to Francie Hayes, who in turn delivers the ball into Matt O'Shea, into the middle of the field, looking for support. Niall McCarthy off his right, but he goes for the other Niall, and there's Niall Kelly at full forward, being challenged out there outside, but he's been tidied up by Darren Hickey. Darren Hickey into the middle of the field, and now it's picked up by Kieran Morrissey for Kilmurray Bricken, up to Aidan McCarthy, bouncing the ball in front of him right now, flashing it up, about to be challenged by Oisin Hanrahan, takes the shoulder, goes to the ground, referee saying play on, and again the ball breaks out, and Lissycasey win it back into Finucane, getting it out to the far side of the field, out to Niall Kelly, into the centre of the Matt O'Shea, back to into Finucane, looking around here, about to chip the ball, and neat ball across once again to Niall McCarthy. 6 points apiece in the park. The clock will tell you in just a moment. 24 minutes gone. Ball back out to the middle of the field to Conor Finucane. Out it goes to Paulie McNamara. He's about to chip that ball. Now changes his mind. Gets it across to the far side. Lissycasey lining up there to the middle of the field, and Niall McCarthy still going. Has he a room to kick it? He has. Has he direction? The ball hits the post and falls back into play. And who better than Linda Coughlin again with the foot, moving the ball out of danger, out to Mark Colleen on the far side of the field, coming over. That's out to Shane Hickey, into Kieran Morrissey, and Kieran Morrissey looks around and looks out, and the man he finds is Darragh Sexton. Darragh Sexton coming up along the line. Michael Hogan making himself available, but he goes the other direction to Daniel Walsh. Daniel Walsh into the centre. Oisin Hanrahan is right between himself, and he kicks the ball right into his hand. Oisin Hanrahan couldn't believe it. It was like a Christmas present. But now the ball breaks out. Now it's Lissycasey on the attack. Now the ball goes 6 points apiece into the wide open space, but in the Coughlin is back, minding the house. Who better? And again popping the ball out to Mark Colleen, and Kilmurray build all the way from the back into the middle of the field to Aidan McCarthy. Aidan McCarthy has Shane Hickey on his right hand side. Darren Hickey, his brother, is making the run up along the wing on the far side of the field. Let's see what's going to happen. Now he changes direction, still making the run. Now he's the man that runs onto the ball, just getting there in time. Challenged by Brian Cahill. He gets the ball away, just getting the boot in, and that's winning a free for Kilmurray Bricken inside the 45 metre line. 25 and a half minutes gone. It's deadlocked in the park, and the first of the county football semi-finals at 6 points apiece.
Mightn't be deadlocked for long, because Keelan will fancy his chances from here, and Lissycasey, I'm sure John Ryan will be saying, why didn't we get something out of that? Turn the ball over 2 or 3 times, and Mikey inexplicably kicked the ball up in the air here when he had plenty of options, and he knew the second he committed the offence that he was going to be punished for it, because Kilmurray generally don't give you a second bite to the cherry at that. Darren Hickey went in, but in fairness to Cahill, I thought the first tackle was okay, but then just lunged in when there was no need for it in the second occasion, and Niall Quinn quite correctly pointed to the Lissycasey goal. We'll follow the flight with Keelan, but an opportunity for the Kilmurray boys to go back in front.
And Keelan kicking this ball in, but it looks like it's gone across the goal, and it is gone across the goal to the left and wide. It was always a difficult one indeed for a right-footed player on that occasion. Killian Normoyle neatly gets the ball out. That's fantastic composure by Seamus Collins. Never took his eye off it as Michael Hogan was making a beeline for him down along the line here. Again, smart play down here inside by Aaron Griffin, keeping the ball in play, but it's one back well into the middle of the field by Andrew Shannon, winning it back to Aidan McCarthy. Aidan McCarthy to Shane Hickey. Kilmurray coming out of their own half of the field, again looking for support. Kieran Morris is just running off the shoulder of Shane Hickey at the moment, trying to make the run. He's the man that gets the ball right through the centre. Back out it goes to Noel Downs. Noel Downs coming across just inside the 45 metre line, looking for support. Gets it from Dermot Coughlin. He's been challenged by Matt O'Shea, but is still on to Dermot Coughlin. Pops the ball in, and once again sends it over the bar, and Kilmurray Bricken go back into the lead. 7 points to 6 it is here. 3 minutes to go, plus additional time to half time, and the Kilmurray men are back in the lead, 7-6.
A fine score from Dermot again. We know how accomplished a footballer he is. With long time, talking to his mum Josie yesterday in Kilrush, and they were very much looking forward to this. They know the challenge that awaits them, and he certainly lived up to that challenge, because Lissycasey haven't taken a step back, but the Kilmurray boys have their noses in front again, and generally when they put one, they can put two on the back of it very quickly. So Lissycasey have to be very careful. In fairness, they're keeping their defensive pattern quite well. Collins playing the role of the school of door, but there's a gap in front of him now.
And it's Aidan McCarthy with the ball. Aidan McCarthy again Ryan has the opportunity, pops the ball straight over the bar. Aidan McCarthy got the opportunity. Shane Hickey, huge part to play on that, well up the field at the moment. And Aidan McCarthy has given the Kilmurray men a 2-point lead here. They were down 5-4 at the water break. Now they're up 8-6 as we head for half time. 28 minutes gone in the first half. You can take it as a good 4 or 5 minutes left in this first half. Niall Kelly got
outstanding kick out.
Superb kick into the middle of the field. Brian Cahill making the run through the centre, goes back when he forgets the ball, which is very handy when you're looking for a score, but he has lost it and Kilmurray have won it back out to Daniel Walsh, chipping around here, out to Kieran Morrissey, into the middle of the field, ball going out to the middle of the field, out to Andrew Shannon, now trying to drive it back. Kieran Morrissey has the chance. Dermot Coughlin takes the hefty shoulder here from Seamus Collins, ball goes back to the ground and still winning it back. Now it's Keelan Sexton back to Daniel Walsh. Daniel Walsh has a look, the ball goes in off the boot, it goes to the right of the goal and it goes wide. It's still 8-6, Kilmurray Bricken leading by 2 here, almost 29 minutes gone in the first half.
And if you want your sixth interview anybody, you know, it's exactly what he stuck his ground and nothing malicious in the tackle at all. We just caught the Dermot blindsided. Dermot is down on his grug looking for air, no doubt. I'm sure he'll be back up in action fairly quickly, but good work again by 6. Seamus Collins, you know, stood his ground, closed the door fairly firmly in Dermot's face there and managed to get back on the field. Daniel Walsh will be disappointed with his attempt again, but back to that last kick out. What an outstanding belt of a ball it was from Killian Normal. He put Cahill in the clear and just as you say, forgot the football. It's a vital ingredient in the whole process, and Kilmurray managed to turn it over. Kilmurray, though, the younger players stepping up in a big way again this evening. They know they've gone to and they've done a little bit of a revolution in Kilmurray Bricken in terms of the older players. They've got the younger lads in there keeping the standards at this very high level all the time, and it's those lads that are leading the charge. Lissycasey, though, are far from out of this game by a long shot. They're still very much in the game. We're 29 minutes 44 seconds into the first half. We're going to have another 5 or 6 before we get to the break, and Lissycasey trail at the moment by 2.
And Oisin Hanlon is on the ball, getting it back to Indy Finucane. Lissycasey on the attack, just outside the Kilmurray 45 metre line. Brian Cahill goes into, wins the ball back, takes the shoulder, still holds on to the ball. Now getting it back, looking around here, decides to kick it into the wide open space where David Sexton should have and has all the time in the world to win this one back to Michael Hogan inside his own 20 metre line, a long way from the danger man at the other end of the field, but he'll be up there in just a few moments. On the way there is Aidan McCarthy from the Kilmurray men, into the centre to Daniel Walsh. What a player he's been over the last 2 years, trying to get the ball in but loses that ball, just takes the eye off it. Challenged out there is Conor Finucane. He goes to the ground, he wins the free, and it's going to be a free just on the 65 metre line. Niall Quinn just giving a ticking there to Michael Hogan. Now he's going to tick it into the book, gets the ball back into the wide open space where Seamus Collins wins it for the Lissycasey men. Turning around, Niall McCarthy is there to assist, chips the ball over his shoulder, back out it goes to Matt O'Shea. Matt O'Shea down along the line here to Indy Finucane. Indy Finucane looking for support, he gets it from from Conor down on the sideline, ball blocked down, and Conor Finucane will take this ball into the middle of the field, looking around here, looking at the options, players running. Niall McCarthy has made himself available on this line, but here he goes, Conor Finucane. He's probably going to have a pop for this one. Now he's changed his mind, sends it out to Baron Griffin. Will he link up with the 1-2? Of course he will. Back into the centre to the Finucane men, combine here to the middle of the field, chipping this ball in. It's high and it's dropping straight over the bar. Conor Finucane, he started it out on the sideline, he finished it on the edge of the square, popped the ball over the bar. It's 8 points to 7 here, and there's 31 and a half minutes gone.
Lovely necklace of passes by the Lissycasey boys. They all give it a try. The brothers obviously combined Finucane and off his right fist in. You're good to see, you know, a fella having the composure. That's David Sexton's first one that's gone astray. Just Michael Hogan got his feet flat and couldn't turn in time, and Lissycasey will feel there's a further score before half time. They'd love to go in level, no doubt, having been 2 back, but they've still got a bit of work to do.
Again, our commentary compliments of Vinnie's Home Furniture on the Quinn Road Industrial Estate. So best of luck to Brendan and Brendan on their big day, of course, as well, and best of luck on the Innes Home Furniture as well. As I said, a very, very well worth a visit on the Quinn Road in Innes Industrial Estate. Turn in and it's the first on your left hand side. Pop it out here to Dara Sexton. Dara Sexton is right here in the middle of the field, looking around, making the run through the centre. Is McAleen setting up Aidan McCarthy. Aidan McCarthy about to be challenged by Mikey O'Neill. Brian Cahill is doing the cover on the other side, but Dara Sexton the right to Dermot Coughlin. Dermot Coughlin trying to go left and right. A classy player passing out Paddy McNamara. Release the ball across to Noel Downs. Noel Downs has the opportunity from out the field. The ball comes in time comes off the post and landing straight over the bar from the boot of Noel Downs. And once again, Kilmurray Bricken go back into a 2-point lead, 9 points to 7, with almost 33 minutes gone here in this first half.
There's the half-time whistle, and I was going to say it's a 6th scorer for Kilmurray Bricken. Every line of their field now, you know, about obviously the keeper, but Shane Hickey from the full back line, Dara Sexton the half back line, Aidan McCarthy midfield, Dermot the half forward line, and of course Noel Downs and Keelan in the full forward line. So every line of their field is contributing to the scoreboard, which is a very positive thing. 9 points to 7, they go in a 2-point lead, just about deserve it in fairness, but only just because Lissycasey have asked questions and have created the better of the goal scoring chances. Nevertheless, it's all about taking the scores when you get your opportunities to do so, and Kilmurray will be quite pleased that they've done the first half of the job to get themselves back into a county football final. Plenty of young lads running around the place, they'll have plenty of chats, I'm sure. They'll reassess the situation, and we're in for another humdinger second half. Good quality football still, good quality scores, and a lot of questions to be answered just yet.
Absolutely, but it's 9 points to 7 here in the park. We're going to have much more chat about this, but first of all, just come back to us after these.
And back here at ground level, I suppose that's exciting game, as good as any hurling game I've ever seen it here, and it's better, and it's a great football game here today, David. 9 points to Kilmurray Bricken, 7 points to Lissycasey.
Yeah, it's been a very good game, very open game. Both sets of forwards seem to have the beating of the back lines, and so both managements will be kind of happy with their forward play, but they won't be too happy with how open they've been at the back. Kilmurray been more open than I've seen in a long time, like a couple of times. Lissycasey, I think definitely two of their points, another step or two maybe were goal chances. A couple of more times I think Brian Carroll got through and fumbled it, and they were chances that would have meant that David Sexton would have been called on making a save, and no one wants to see their goalkeeper being in that position. Lissycasey have probably closed it up a little bit more, but Kilmurray have kicked their points. But both teams will be happy with how they're attacking wise, but there'll be questions asked in both, well, not dressing rooms, but both sidelines right now about how open they've been at the back.
That's what Declan, we were sort of saying beforehand that maybe where we would be condescending, they were thinking maybe Lissycasey might be in trouble. They're actually well in this game.
No, they've set up very well here. They've Seamus Collins there at playing centre back. He's sitting in front of their full back line, covering off the D, so he's giving good cover to the full back line. They're breaking a pace, and up front then they're set up in a kind of spine situation. Probably Nine Kelly playing deep, then Aaron Griffin just outside him, and they've brought Conor Finucane further out the field, so there's leaving space then on the two sides of the field on the wings to come up and down the field on that, and it's giving them joy. They're getting in, they're putting ball inside. They've got some really good scores. There was a great passage of play where Keelan Sexton was in with a chance here for Kilmurray Bricken, got turned over excellently by Ryan Griffin, transitioned the ball really well down the field, and Aaron Griffin kicked a great score off his right. And as David said as well, there was another chance. Niall McCarthy followed that up straight afterwards, was in probably for what they would feel was a goal chance, came down the middle, it opened up, got in front of goals, still got a score, got a point, but in a game like this 3 points could have been massive, but certainly they're well in the game and playing some good stuff.
I suppose, David, I suppose we were sort of saying maybe Kilmurray Bricken will shut up shop. That's not really working for them. I suppose the absence of Martin McMahon, as we said before the game, is probably telling a little bit now.
He orchestrates everything back there. Like Inda's probably more of a forward player, and you could see there a lot of times his instinct is to carry the ball, whereas Martin will just sit there on the edge of that D and he'll point out to everyone. They mightn't like hearing it, as we said earlier, but he'll be in their ear all day long about where you have to be, where you need to be. He's very good, and that's telling. And it's probably told as well in the last 10 minutes against their Rogue as well, where you could see those little chances were created. That he's excellent at that, just sitting in the pocket and telling everyone exactly where they need to be. It means he doesn't have to mark himself, but everyone else is having to do it, and that's the thing. But I suppose the other side of Lissycasey is, we said before the game they're going to have to come up with 15 or 16 points. They're going to have to probably come up with the equivalent to 10 points now against the Breeze, whether that's done in goals or whatever it is, because Kilmurray will hit, you would think, another 7 or 8 or 9 points, so yes. It's going to need maybe 17 or 18 to win this now, and that's the pressure for Lissycasey, is that will they regret those goal chances that they didn't get, because they're going to probably need 1 or 2 now.
And that one just off the cross, or was it off the post as well? And those things matter. I suppose, Declan, is there any of the, I suppose, if you put on your county selectors cap now, is there any of the forwards that you're looking at now today that have done well?
Well, like, you know, people probably spoke about who the main protagonists for Lissycasey were coming into the game anyway, and Conor Finucane certainly has led the line up here. He's 4 points got, taking his frees, been involved in general play, and he got in a great assist for one of the scores. Aaron Griffin obviously has kicked probably the score of the game there off his right, coming in here off the wing, you know, has played well. But like, it's a general effort here from the Lissycasey forward unit. Like, as I said, their shape is good. They're using the space on the wings and utilising that. Second half now, the other thing Lissycasey going to have to watch out for is that breeze is strong. Their ball retention from their own kick-outs is important. We were commenting there during the game. They were getting turned over on their own kick-out a number of times, and when Kilmurray Bricken turned them over and got the ball high up the field here, they were being punished. Into this breeze now in the second half, they're going to have to make sure that they're not giving away their own kick-out. It's vitally important to retain as much as possible.
I suppose, David, now you're John Ryan now, and you're going to go against the breeze. What's the one or couple of things you might say to your lads? Well, we can get in. How is it? We're playing well with the breeze. What are you going to do now against the breeze?
Well, the things that they actually, the stuff they did well in the first half will suit him against the breeze, and carrying the ball. Brian Cahill was excellent for the first 5-6 minutes. He got forward and it was out wide, whereas when Kilmurray got on top, Lissycasey started to try and go through the centre, and that's not going to work against that Kilmurray backline. It was out wide where they had the chances. They'll need to get Mikey O'Neill into the game. He hasn't been in. He's going to be vital now, because he's going to get on that ball around the middle and pick those little 10-15 yard passes that they're going to have to do against the breeze. Shane McCollins and Oisin Hannon as well, they'll have to throw caution to the wind a little bit and just started attacking from deep, because they have a lot of pace. They're going to have to carry that a little bit more and then try and create, where Kilmurray will have to step out to meet him, and then it creates space for Aaron Griffin inside rather than trying to kick it. They're the things, but they need to get Mikey into the game. They need to get Brian Cahill back into it, because in fairness, he did get turned over once or twice when he was carrying it, but he seems to really a threat to Kilmurray, because two men are having to go to stop him, and then he can lay it off. He's probably been a bit slow. That's the only fault with him so far, is that he's got caught carrying it a little bit too far. But that half back nine, Matt Shea as well, carrying the ball as much as possible, that's where they're going to create joy, and then it creates one-on-ones inside.
I suppose Lissycasey have pace. They've worked hard. They've travelled the field hard. Now, I suppose, is it possible, do you think, they can get in for a goal? Because they probably will need a goal in this game, or else Kilmurray to stop scoring.
Oh, absolutely. You know, in the first half, one of the major reasons that the game was so up and down, there was a lot of turnovers. So, there was a passage of play there about 5-6 minutes before half time. I think there was about 4 turnovers of the ball. And when you're turning over the ball, opportunities present themselves, because people are caught out of the situations that you hope they're going to be set up right for. So let's say if a sweeper is out of position because of a turnover, there's a chance to get in behind. Even as we said, we've referred to that chance from Niall McCarthy in the first half there. It opened right up. They came down right through the D. There was no cover there, so the chance was there for them to get in for that goal chance. So I think there is a chance there for them.
I suppose last word for you, David. Give us a winner.
Yeah, I think Kilmurray will win it. I think Darren Callan is a man too. You might see him being sprung from the bench very soon with this breeze and all. He's an excellent kicker of the ball. Michael Hogan looked to be tiring, so that's a change you may see happening sooner rather than later, and that will add to their scoring threat. So you think, unless it's the case you get 2 to 3 goals, I think Kilmurray will probably do it.
So we hand you back to Sil and Joe in the commentary box.
Looks like Shane Griffin is coming on to the Lissycasey side. Joe will keep an eye on that in just a moment. Niall Kelly is still there. Aaron Griffin, Conor Finucane is there as well. Enda Finucane is there. So we're down to at the moment. We'll just still keep an eye on it. The breeze will favour Kilmurray Bricken in the second half. Fabulous day here, of course, in the park, and the pitch, of course, like an absolute carpet out there. Niall Quinn is getting ready.
Shane Griffin has gone into the full forward line for Lissycasey. He's the minor there. As I said, they have a minor semi-final, and Wednesday night he's manager. We saw earlier on Martin Daly's around as well. He's going in now with Aaron and Conor Finucane in the full forward line. Means Niall Kelly come out on the 40 with Mikey O'Neill on his right and Inda on the left. So that's the Lissycasey line up in terms of the forward line. The backs I would stay as they are. Kieran Morris, he's mans the position at 6. Dara Sexton and Jeremy King on the 2 flanks, and Shane Hickey, the Hickey brothers, Darren and Shane inside, with Mark Killeen doing the man marking job again. Niall Quinn has the size 5 in his hands, and we should be underway what should be a pulsating second half. Senior Championship semi-final live in Cusack, live here from Clare FM, and we wish both teams well as they endeavour to make it back to the showpiece.
In years to come, we will talk about the 2020 Championship. Who will be the first team into the county final on this occasion? It's Kilmurray Bricken and Lissycasey at the moment. It's Kilmurray Bricken leading 9 points to 7, and Kieran Morrissey out to Daniel Walsh. The Kilmurray men on the attack into Aidan McCarthy. Aidan McCarthy on the 65-metre line, sending the dummy, getting a past Niall Kelly, now holding onto the ball. Back the ball goes to Kieran Morrissey. Michael Hogan making himself available, and back into the space that goes Niall Kelly, just going for the ball, but again the ball falls out to the very, very composed Darragh Sexton. He waited for that ball out to Dermot Coughlin. Dermot Coughlin from way out to field. It's high, it's dropping in, it goes to the left of the goal and it goes wide. 9-7. Your commentary compliments of Innes Home Furniture on the Quinn Road Industrial Estate, our kind spot for their sponsorship, this afternoon, and the best to look to them on a very big day. Kelly and Normoyle into the middle of the field. What a ball out to Seamus Collins. Seamus Collins driving the ball through the centre, about to chip this one, looking for support, gets it off, and Niall Kelly about to take the knock, but again holding firm there was Kieran Morrissey, winning the ball back, and the perfect tackle at the perfect time. Darragh Sexton getting it out to Aidan McCarthy. Kilmurray Bricken now on the attack into the middle of the field. 9-7. Aidan McCarthy, the Ina Kilnamona, and the county hurler as well on the ball. Back out to Michael Hogan, chipping a neat ball into Noel Downs. Noel Downs about to get through, again releasing the ball back out to the middle of the field to Daniel Walsh. He turns on to his right, now looking for support, finds the ball, now it goes astray. Keelan Sexton coming on, trying to get the ball, goes to the ground, still trying to win that ball. Again in there above was in the Finucane. Both players go to the ground here, and the referee Niall Quinn is down there having an excellent game, by the way, Joe.
And yeah, in fairness to Niall, there's no fuss. He's just right beside the action. He's takes the whistle out of him. He explains to the players, and and players appreciate that once it's there and it's done. And you always give the referee the benefit of the doubt if he's close enough to the action. He's an outstanding official, in fairness to him, the Milltown man, and he's having a fine game so far. Ryan Griffin, he's been very impressive as well for full back. All right up the field, Lissycasey go looking for a score. Remember, still 2 in arrears. We're 2 minutes into the second half, and now they have a free 48 metres out. Might be just beyond maybe Connor's range. But he says, look, I'll take control now, and he's going to go short.
And gone short he is. Back out into the middle of the field, back out to Ryan Griffin with 3 on his back, looking for support in the Finucane on the right, trying to come in through the centre, now on the edge of the square, sends it across to the person, shot on the ball, taken off the line inside. Well, great work inside by David Sexton, almost an introduction like never before from Shane Griffin back out, but again the ball blocked on the line for the Lissycasey men. That's about their 3rd goal opportunity. Aidan McCarthy in the middle of the field, O'Shane Hanron keeping an eye on him, ball goes down to this side of the field. Once again Keelan Sexton on the attack, turning back out, getting aside O'Shane Hanron, sending the ball across to Aidan McCarthy, back to Keelan again, chipping the ball out to this side of the field where Shane Hickey arrives. Shane Hickey heading past the 45-metre line. That's a brilliant ball into Andrew Shannon, turning off his left hand side, goes to the ground, challenged by Brian Cahill, back out to Shane Hickey. Shane Hickey curling this one in, and Shane Hickey landing the ball over the bar. Once again the superb score, 10 points to 7. Kilmurray Bricken lead by 3 here with 3 minutes gone in the second half.
And if Kilmurray are to get back to that county football final, their 10th in 20 years, they can have a big thank you for David Sexton. What a save, an outstanding save right on the goal. It looked destined for the net. A 4-point swing as well, because Shane Hickey's on hand, and Kilmurray go for the juggler.
And it's Dermot Coughlin with the ball in his hand, back out to Keelan Sexton for the goal from Keelan Sexton into the back of the net, linking the ball right through the centre and linking up to 1-2 with Dermot Coughlin, and Keelan Sexton sold the dummy on the edge of the square and into the empty Lissycasey net. 110 to 7 points it is, 6 between them with 4 minutes gone. What a moment that is for the Kilmurray Bricken men. They came out of the traps down along the line to Noel Downs, into the centre to Keelan Sexton, turning around back to Downs again. He chips the ball across to this side of the field, sending the ball, linking up with Andrew Shannon, back out to Dermot Coughlin. Dermot Coughlin about to be challenged by Paulie McNamara, but they're still holding on to the ball. Now it's Shane Hickey delivering a ball down to Aidan McCarthy. Aidan McCarthy turning it off, gets it back out to Noel Downs, and Noel Downs from out the field high, and Noel Downs sending it over the bar. An absolutely effortless kick from Noel Downs, curled the ball in, and the very minute he left his boot, you could see it was going over the bar. 111 to 7 here, 4.5 minutes gone in the second half.
And smiles all round in the Kilmurray Bricken bench. They'll be delighted with that, and it's just, when you turn the screw, they know how to turn it tightest of all. Noel Downs, would have played only cameo roles in the last couple of years, but never lost lost faith in the club, never lost faith in his own ability, and just, he's been a tremendous servant to the club down through the years. Just rolled back the years at that last effort, spun the ball off his right foot, kicked it over the bar nonchalantly, and Lissycasey have it all to do now. In the Coughlin is closing doors back there again, cutting out any potential attack. Kilmurray rampant at the moment, but back to that David Sexton save, that was pivotal, because you're looking at a 1 point Lissycasey lead without it, and now they're 7 in arrears. It just shows you how quickly things can turn. Keelan was on hand, Dermot Coughlin pulling the strings like a master puppeteer now in the middle of the field. He's beginning to direct things and set the tempo for Kilmurray to go on. You'd imagine now to push on from here, because right now they're utterly dominant.
Absolutely. Michael Hogan with the ball, still in the middle of the field, looking around. Andrew Shannon waiting for it, but decides to go back to Dermot Coughlin. He's a man, he's just covering around the front of the defence here. Down it goes once again to Noel Downs, chipping the ball into the centre. Dermot Coughlin a full fly. The ball just pops out of his hand. He goes back, controls it, back to Noel Downs. He still has the ball back out to this side of the field to Michael Hogan. Michael Hogan trying to come through the centre, going off the left leg, looking for support. Finds it from Keelan Sexton. Keelan with a high ball dropping in. It's going to be close. It's dropping, but it goes to the left of the goal and it goes wide. Your commentary compliments of Innis Home Furniture on the Quinn Road Industrial Estate. 1-11-7 it is here. Double scores in the park here with 6 minutes gone in the second half. Kilmurray enjoying a 7-point lead.
Yeah, a young Lissycasey team now, it's the biggest challenge they'll meet this year, to be 7 points down against the team as experienced as Kilmurray. But I know, you know full well they won't give up the ghost. They'll keep going, but they now need leadership. They now need people to take control. They need people to win frees and start cutting passes across to make sure that you get the scoreboard ticking over, because Kilmurray will force the errors, they will counter-attack and they will exploit. Lissycasey on the march once more, need a score badly.
And Paddy McNamara gets it out to Conor Finucane. Conor Finucane will have a pop. It's into the cross. Oh, into the back of the net. A superb goal for Lissycasey. It made a run right up the centre and the ball landed right on the edge of the square and it was fisted into the back of the net, and once again it was Shane Griffin that finished it. Conor Finucane made the pass, but tremendous work in the middle of the field with a ball that looked like it was going astray. Matt O'Shea controlled it. It's game on in the park. 1-11-7. 7 minutes gone, second half.
Yeah, he was very unlucky. He was denied in the first couple of seconds by David Sexton, but that time he takes a good position. On Conor Finucane, I think John Ryan, somebody must have said to him, lads, there's goals there for you, because every time they break inside, they're looking for that extra killer pass. They were most unlucky earlier on. They were profiting on that side. Great stuff from the young lad, and now they come again. Oisin won't be too happy with that one. It's gone wide of the wide posts, not to mention the near ones, and it'll register their third wide of the afternoon. But Lissycasey now will push up on the kick out. They'll go looking. Kilmurray have been in this grind so many times before, they'll know exactly how to play their way out of it. But we've got some game on. 7 minutes 43 seconds of the second half. Kilmurray Vercon cool. It's Hain cool in the out. Lissycasey cool is shock cool in the out, or shock cool in. It means there's 4 points in either language, and it's Kilmurray to the 4.
And it's Shane Hickey on the ball at the moment for Kilmurray, breaking into the space that goes, and again Noel Downs being challenged out the other side by Martin Morden into the middle of the field. It goes, but it picked up by Ryan Griffin. Great work out on the far side of the field, picking the ball up, building from the back. Then the Finucane with the ball, chipping it back into the centre of the field to Seamus Collins. He's driving it up the middle of the field, looking for support, changes direction, gets it back to Niall Kelly. Niall Kelly back into the centre of goal, where Ryan Griffin has stayed in attack to the far side of the field. Matt O'Shea, the Lissycasey captain, out to the far side. Michael Hogan about to challenge him, coming right in, now passing one, trying to drive through the centre, looking for the ball. Now he's challenged, loses the ball, now the ball comes back. Oh, what a superb goal into the back of the net once again from the boot of Ryan Griffin. It was that finished that one. He came across, tremendous work from Matt O'Shea, and it just fed into the path of Aaron Griffin. What a goal in the park, what a game in the park. It's 1-11-7, one between them here, and there's 9 minutes gone. What a goal, Joe.
And only 9 glorious minutes, a long way to go. What a game we have here at the Sligo Championship semi-final. Aaron Griffin was on hand to profit. Open the Goppel didn't take Matt O'Shea right in. He never gave up the ghost. He kept plugging, kept at it, kept a paw in, and then when it broke, Aaron just fly kicked it right into just inside the left-hand upright. I'd say it hit the upright or the crossbar on the way in as well. Kilmurray now, big questions asked to Lissycasey a few moments ago. They answered them. Can Kilmurray do the same? Their county final position is in position. Kieran Morrissey.
Kilmurray's in front of the goal, pops it in and fists the ball straight over the bar from one end of the field to the other. Kilmurray breaking, go back into a 2-point lead. It's 1-12-7. 9.5 minutes gone in a blistering second half of the County Football Championship semi-final. Killian Armagh getting ready for the kick-out. Changes on the sideline. Coming on to the it's going to be Cyril Sheehan coming on to the Lissycasey side. We'll keep an eye in just a moment to see who's coming off on the far side of the field, but still Killian Armagh.
Yeah, Marty Moran is going to make way. Marty has given a lot of service for Lissycasey down through the years. Remember the Clare minor panel I was involved with a number of years ago as well. Marty is going to, he has that right quad heavily strapped as well. That's sure to play a part of it. And Cyril come in, he's direct upon. Now will be the Kilmurray Bricken captain Michael Hogan on the far side of the ground, and Darren Callan. Remember the cameo he made in Clare against Éire Óg. Big player for Kilmurray on that occasion. Got pulled down for a penalty in a vital stage of the game and had a big part to play in that success. He'll go straight in. I have no doubt he'll be going in to the full forward line, and we'll see who'll make way in just a moment. It looks like it's the Kilmurray Bricken captain Michael that's going to make his way. Michael Hogan has given some service down through the years to Kilmurray Bricken. A lot of championship medals in his back pocket, and I'm sure he'll be out here on the sideline beside Horst and Eric and Slasher and everyone there in the Kilmurray camp urging him on, because this game is far from over.
Absolutely. Well, again, we've seen so much in this opening 10 minutes. Michael Hogan coming off the field and still urging the players on here at the moment. Darren Callan is the man that's coming on, and again we've seen him in action before and an impression he makes, but the scoreboard is where it counts. It's 1-12 for Kilmurray Bricken, it's 2-7 for Lissycasey, 2 between them, and the clock is on 11-minute mark. Matt O'Shea driving it forward from the middle of the field, still trying to go through, pulled to the ground, and it's going to be a free once again. Shane Hickey taking a knockdown there, Matt O'Shea down on the ground as well. They're not related in any way, they're about 20 metres apart. It was just a clash of two players on each of the places, and Matt O'Shea is on the ground and Shane Hickey also on the ground, but it's a free for Lissycasey.
Yeah, Ciara McNamara now and Michelle Downs will have to do their best to get these two great warriors, and they are two great warriors. Shane Hickey, you know, Shane is around since Methuselah was a child, playing for Kilmurray. He played 1 championships in the half forward line, 1 championship in the half back line, the full back line, kicked 2 points today from right corner back as well. Matt Shea has been a great, tremendous warrior from the start of the game today as well. He very instrumental at that second goal. It's a lightweight attack now inside in terms of 2 Griffins, but by heck are they dangerous, the 2 boys inside. Shane and Aaron inside the full forward line, been marked by Mark Killeen and Darren Hickey inside. We're still very much in the balance this championship match. 2 goals and 7 points, 1 goal and 12. You know, 1 goal and 12 when you win a lot of championship matches in Clare, and yet we're not at the second water break here at the end of the third quarter. 12 minutes 9 seconds gone in the second half, and Lissycasey have possession, but they're 2 points in arrears.
Now, you were telling me a while ago about the Innes home furniture. Matt Shea is still receiving treatment. Conor Finucane, we'll come back to that in just a few moments. We have more news from Innes home furniture as well. Into the middle of the field, and once again the Seamus Collins on the ball for Lissycasey, and Michael O'Neill is on it as well. Gets the ball out to Niall Kelly. 1-12 to 2-7. 12.5 minutes gone in the second half. County football final place available. Conor Finucane getting ready, holding on to that ball. Mike O'Neill again making himself available, looking for the opening. Oh, Brian Cahill runs onto this one, and Brian Cahill trying to control it, but his tackle goes off right off the hand here of Indecockton out over the line, and it's going to be a 45 for the Lissycasey men right down here in front of us. And Joe, we're talking all day about Innes home furniture. They have a wedding on today as well, but we just got more news here that Brendan Reedy's mother Maura is a first cousin to the one and only Des Cahill as well. Did you know that?
No, well, there's only a couple of things I don't know about Brendan Reedy. That's one of them. Well, but nevertheless, here's the first 45. Now, Killian Armagh will come up. Killian is kicking missiles out in the middle of the field today, and everything is pinged with accuracy, travelling at enormous speed. This is his first opportunity. He's cutting at the goals. He's already scored in the championship already a number of occasions, Lissycasey. So this could be pivotal, because there's 2 points between the sides. He's about 40, maybe 46 to 7 to the dead centre of the goal, but he certainly won't lack the distance.
He's brilliant at these. Let's see where this one goes. It's hanging in the air. It goes in. That's superb from Killian Armagh, landing the ball straight over the bar. Once again, cutting the deficit back. It's back to a single point. Kilmurray Bricken 1-12, Lissycasey 2-8. Coming up to 14 minutes gone here in the second half. The kick out from David Sexton, heading out to the far side of the field to Andrew Shannon. He's trying to pick the ball up. He does, coming down, using Darren Sexton as well, linking up for the 1-2, and it's Andrew Shannon once again being chased by Mikey O'Neill. Turns direction, changes it back, has a brilliant ball to Aidan McCarthy. Aidan McCarthy through the centre, will have a pop, sends it out to Noel Downs. Noel Downs chips it in, the ball goes in, but it goes to the left of the goal, and it goes wide, and Niall Quinn has the hands waved out here. Again, there was some touch or some inquiry about touching the ball from a Lissycasey man, but no, says the referee. Ball going to the left of the goal and wide. Killian Armagh getting ready for the kick out.
Another missile, no doubt. When we'll see it, it's going to ping at pace, and he's gone for Matt Shea.
And again to the middle of the field, Oh, that's brilliant from Etche. Collecting the ball, winning the mark, holding on to that ball, and now sends it out to win the Finucane. Lissycasey on the attack, 112 to 2-8. They're behind by a single point. The Kilmurray men leading. Now the ball goes out to Conor Finucane, lending it up. The Finucane men are still combining in the middle of the field, making himself available to the middle of the field is Aaron Griffin. Aaron Griffin trying to cut through the centre, ball taken out of his hand. Now he gets the ball away and it goes astray. Keelan Sexton, soccer style once again, trying to control that ball and coming in to Seamus Collins like a train, but it's Keelan Sexton collecting the ball. Oh, that's brilliant from Aaron Griffin. He goes back, he does defensive work and wins the ball back. Now it comes up to the middle of the field to Conor Finucane. Conor Finucane to win there again. Back out to Niall McCarthy, back to Finucane. He's trying to control it. He does. He's still holding on to the ball. Back out to Niall McCarthy, 20 metres out. He's looking for an angle. He's gone through the centre. He's been fouled, and it's going to be a free in once again. He's taken fast out to Brian Cahill, going in trying to control it. He does. Now he has the ball inside and he pops it over the bar. Brilliant thinking back there by Conor Finucane, and what a finish from Brian Cahill. Had it all to do. Advantage taken over the ball, going straight over the bar. It's 112 to 2-9, and we all need a water break at this stage, including the players on the field.
Well, I tell you, we're in for it. We've had a breathtaking spectacle. Anybody listening in on Clare FM, watching in on Clare GA TV, what an advertisement for Clare football. Outstanding stuff on both sides. I know the Kilmurray boys have gone to the bench now. They're looking around. They're gone for the experience. Pato has taken off the top. So too is Keith King. We could see changes very much because the game very much in the balance, and you can see the belief in the Lissycasey boys. Even that last cameo there, a free kick on the 21, you'd say that's definitely the equaliser, and yet in the Finucane had the presence of mind to look for Brian Cahill. David Sexton had come out, tried to narrow the gap as much as he could, and Brian just chipped the point, pinched the point to level the scores. 2-9 to 112. We're in for a cracking last 15 minutes.
Absolutely, 112 as we said at half time. It was 9 points to 7 at half time, and we wonder what would happen within the opening 15 minutes. What a game it has been, no doubt about that. Huge entertainment, 1-3 to 2-2. That's what's been scored since half time, and going down along the line. Francie Hayes going down, just been a simple. John Ryan, the Lissycasey manager, is driving his players on, and the horse is right inside in the middle of the Kilmurray Brick men. Down here to the left hand side, Joe, it's a huge 15 minutes. Everybody knows what's at stake, and I suppose you come to a certain part of the game when you must say we have to go for it. You can take off the shackles to a certain extent, but you have to go for it.
Yeah, I just see Marty McMahon holding court now down there, and he'll remind lads we have to be careful about possession of the ball because Lissycasey are they're flourishing on the broken plays. They're coming at you with pace and they have the legs. They will have the more, the youthful exuberance, I suppose, of it. But remember, in the closing straight, it's down. You'll get enough of ball. I'm sure Horst will say it. I'm sure John Ryan will say it. We're going to get enough of ball, lads, to win the match. What we do with the ball will determine whether or not we're back here in a fortnight's time for a county football final. It's a huge prize, big consequence here for somebody. If you can just, hopefully it'll be decided by something special. Right now it's anyone's guess who's going to decide that. Kilmurray dominated the first 5 minutes of that third quarter, played some breathtaking stuff. Dermot Coughlin pulling the strings in the centre, deservedly went into that 7-point lead, and yet they've been hauled back in. 2 great goals from Lissycasey, a point there to level it from Brian Cahill. It's all to play for.
It's all to play for from David Sexton from the kick out, looking for Kieran Morrissey on the far side, and once again he takes off with the ball for the Kilmurray men. They're deadlocked right now, 112 to 2-9 it is. Back into the centre to Aidan McCarthy, to Darragh Sexton. Darragh Sexton looking up, about to be chased in the middle of the field. Now changes direction, gets a brilliant ball back, but again Oisleen Hanrahan. What a game he's having at the number 7 jersey. Out to Niall Kelly, sending the ball right through the centre. Now looking for Shane Griffin, finding him. Darren Hickey is on his shoulder. Griffin takes over to the far side. Now turns back into the centre. Back out to this side of the field to Matt O'Shea. Out to Conor Finucane. Back out again. The ball overplayed, and it's won back by the Kilmurray men. And the free as well. Kieran Morrissey is like the man that's on the ground at the moment, taking a knock. You talk about historians and all that. That bit of information that came from the one and only Tom Burke, telling us that Des Cahill has a part to play in this county senior football semi-final clash on the far side of the field.
Darren Hickey. Darren got a slap in the pole there. He'll be back up. I'm sure he's got plenty of them over his time, but great covering as well. It's those the little things, the Turton Championship match has been able to squeeze out an attack like that while we've a break and play. Very happiest, heartiest spectres to Mick Mulqueen and Bristol. 80 years young last weekend, Mick. So if you're listening in, Cogordicus Creole, Ditcha Vihil, and of course, as well. A very happy 50th wedding anniversary to Auntie Tess back there in Briafa and Martin Michael. I'm sure she'll be listening in. I'll be calling for tarts sometime during the week if time allows. So heartiest congratulations to all the O'Sheas. I know Jacko and everybody back there will be with an eager eye to this, because this game is far from over. We're a minute into the last quarter, nothing between the sides, and it'll be a brave man to call it from here.
Let me know when you're calling for the tart. In the Coughlin on the far side, getting it into Andrew Shannon. Andrew Shannon delivering a ball to Darragh Sexton, again coming across to this side of the field, again holding on to it. Now Dermot Coughlin the right, about to be challenged by Oisin Hanrahan again, holding firm in the middle of the field, looking around, now changing direction. Andrew Shannon on the right, he takes the ball, and again holding on to it on the 65 metre line to Dermot Coughlin. 112 to 2-9 in his home furniture or kind sponsors this afternoon. Dermot Coughlin breezing through the centre. Paulie McNamara in the challenge, trying to hold on to the ball, fouls at the referee, and it's going to be a free in for the Kilmurray men on the edge of the semicircle, and that'll give me an opportunity to send best wishes to everybody involved in the Clare Camogie finals, of course, this afternoon, and a special hello to Hannah Fitzgerald, of course, who's part and parcel of the Newmarket panel, and she is absolutely celebrating her birthday today, this very, very day. So best of luck to both sides there in a very intriguing Camogie final just out the road in Farrar, Michael McNamara Park. It's going to be a free in once again for Keelan Sexton and for Kilmurray Bricken. An opportunity to go into the lead here in the park at the moment. It's high, it's dropping in, and the umpire doesn't even hesitate, goes for the white flag, and Kilmurray Bricken go back into the lead, 113 to 2-9 for Lissycasey.
Yeah, it's 1-4 now for Keelan. You know, it's his third pointed free, and Owen Curry Butch down there waving the white flag, and stray kick out for Killian, could be punished.
And it could be punished. It goes to no downs now, back to Keelan again. Now he has the opportunity from way out the field. He sends it over the bar. A gifted score for the Kilmurray Bricken men there. Again, to go back into the 2-point lead, 114 to 2-9 with 9 minutes plus additional time left.
Yeah, I know it's a stray one for Killian there. He's normally very precise and very exact with him. He's gone from Matt again. Aidan McCarthy's standing with him. Ball of break, great work by the young man from Ida Kilnamoda there. He's broken it up nicely, and Enda Coughlin will get proceedings under control. It's all about keeping possession now, seeing the game, making sure we take the right options, keep the ball in hand, and you can see the Kilmurray wise heads now beginning to say, let's slow this down, let's knock the frantic nature out of the game, let's get more control on possession of the football. And Daniel Walsh, what a season he's had for the Kilmurray boys. Himself and Jeremy King slotted into that team seamlessly. Great sign of the future for the Kilmurray Bricken boys.
Again, that's a superb ball right through the centre at the moment, picked up by Mark Killeen. Mark Killeen racing on, again just loses his footing, gets it back out to Darren Callanan. Callanan coming off the right, now sends it back into the centre, still holding on to this Keelan Sexton. Aidan McCarthy back out to Keelan again, to Daniel Walsh, all happening on the 45 metre line. Dermot Coughlin is there as well, holding on to it. Mark Killeen making the dummy run, coming through the centre was Kieran Morrissey. Again his ball still held on by Dermot Coughlin. Dermot Coughlin taking the 1-2 from Aidan McCarthy.
Super
that is an absolutely superb score for the boot of Dermot Coughlin, linking up with so many players around the 45 metre line. It's back to 3 between them. 1:15 for Kilmurray Bricken, 2-9 Lissycasey with 7.5 minutes left.
You know, when your championship campaign is in the balance, you demand your county players to stand up, and Dermot has done that yet again for Kilmurray. You know, 3 points on the Shane Hickey now is going looking for Darren Callanan. It's going to go inside him.
And again, Darren Callanan just coming off his footing, but he has it back to the side. Now he gets the second opportunity, still trying to hold on to it, back to Daniel Walsh, and Daniel Walsh kicks the ball in and goes over the bar. He's even put his hand up to his head. He had the top right hand corner of the net on his focus, but again it goes over the bar. Lightning at the moment from Kilmurray Bricken. They were level at the water break, and right now they're 4 ahead once again. 7 minutes left, 1:16 to 2-9.
Another outstanding kick out, great work from Inda Finucane, there's Mark McCarthy, Niall McCarthy the far side, great kick out again, you know, but you can see the Kilmurray lads slowing it down, you know, making sure that we get a bit of control, get bodies back into Coughlin now, start, you know, making sure people have got position. Shane Griffin has won the ball, or has he? He's knocked away from Darren Hickey, just a bit of a mismatch in terms of size, and Darren has picked it up, got free in, and Kilmurray will break up again. But back to Kilmurray again, you know, you just have to admire that, you know, when they're faced with the tenacity that Lissycasey have thrown at them, they just back themselves to get on the ball, pick the right options, and to have 116 kick 23 minutes into the second half is a fine score. Still a long way to go though.
It's Aidan McCarthy on the ball at the moment for the Kilmorey men. Back out to Dermot Coughlin. What a restart to the second half he's had here. Into the middle of the field, still going. Chased by Paul McNamara. Releases the ball inside to Noel Downs. Noel Downs trying to get onto the right foot. Now he decides to go to the left. Ball goes to the ground. Again he's been pulled, and it's going to be a free in for the Kilmorey men. Once again on the 20-metre line. It's an opportunity. They were leading by 4. Now surely it's going to be Keelan Sexton that'll take this one. Darren Callan has the ball in his hand. He'll take it off the left leg at the moment, and again an opportunity to stretch their lead once again. There's going to be changes on the Lissycasey side right down here in front of us at the moment, but we'll stay with Darren Callan about to take this free for the Kilmorey men, dead straight in front of the goal, and neatly slots the ball straight over the bar, and it's Kilmorey Bricken going in to a 5-point lead here with 24.5 minutes gone here in the second half. There's changes on the side. Coming onto the side is going to be Roy Griffin that's coming on, and coming off is going to be Mikey O'Neill.
Yeah, that's a straight swap for Lissycasey, and then with Darren Callan now kicking, Keelan Sexton, we already have Noel Downs on the scoreboard, we have Dermot Coughlin on the scoreboard, and 4 of the 6 Kilmorey Bricken backs have scored from play. Just shows you the talent that they have, how comfortable these boys are. Shane Higgins kicked 2 points from play, Daniel Walsh, Dara Sexton, Kieran Morrissey a point each, whole half backline contributing. Kilmorey are looking good now over Sean Hayes is into the Lissycasey side as well. We'll stay with as the attack. Very impressed by Seamus Collins today, carrying the fight once again. Lissycasey will not go away.
And again they're back with them won a free on the 45-metre line, and it's going to be Conor Finucane that'll line up to take this one. Again Killian Normile is making the trek out from the goal. It's an ideal position, just to the right of the goal, perfect for Killian Normile off the left leg, and again a huge moment. There's time, there's a good 4.5 minutes plus another 3 and 4 after that, so there's a good 7 and 6, somewhere between 6 and 8 minutes left in this game. There's absolutely loads of time. They came back from 7 points down early in that second half, and right now it's Killian Normile getting ready for the kick for the Lissycasey men. Ball dead on the ground at the moment, looking in around a very, very crowded goal mouth area inside in front of David Sexton, but Killian Normile slotting this one in, but this one goes to the right of the goal and it goes wide. 1 goal and 17 points for Kilmorey Bricken. That's 20 points, 2-9 for Lissycasey. That's 15. There's 5 between them with 4 minutes left.
Yes, and back to Killian again. He kicked one. He needed that one. Just to keep the pressure on Kilmorey. But Kilmorey, you would think, have enough done. That little blister of the scoring burst that they made there for the 5 or 6 minutes after the last water break just seemed to give them the belief to say that now we can control the game, because there's no better side in the county, better able to control a 2-point lead, a 3-point lead. They'll know exactly what to do, how to win the frees, to encourage the people to create the gaps. And back to Keelan Sexton a few months ago, he got picked up for the yellow card. We'll come back to that in a moment. They go looking for one further score. Aidan McCarthy.
And it's Aidan McCarthy again on the edge of the 20-metre line, still holding on to it. Oh, that's superb from Aidan McCarthy. He got the ball just inside the 65-metre line, made his way to the 20-metre line and slotted the ball straight over the bar. Kieran Morrissey was the man back there. His sister is listening to us out in Hong Kong. I'm sorry, no, we're not coming in Chinese. Maybe we are, for all we know, but she's listening out here and no doubt supporting and enjoying the closing moments of this game, because Kilmorey Bricken are 3 minutes away plus injury time from yet another appearance in a county football final. And on the far side of the field, trying to get away with it, is Enda Finucane. 118 for Kilmorey Bricken. Lissycasey 2-9. There's 6 between them. On the far side of the field, they're still on the attack. Out to Conor Finucane again, running into a very, very congested area up around the goals. Again, that ball breaking side to Roy Griffin, trying to get off his right hand side goal. Marcaline holds firm and does well. Now the ball breaks out to this side of the field to Sean Hayes, and again popping it out to Conor Finucane. Dangerous ball, and he pops the ball straight over the bar outside the 20-metre line on the left of the goal. It's back to 6. 118 to 210 it is here, and there's 27 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock, and as we said, 2 minutes plus additional time here in the park.
Yes, Kilmorey looking good now for a back to a county football final. 118 still and 114 of that from play. Just to show you the comfort that these boys are comfortable. They are on the football. They're not. They can mix it up any which way. You'll close off one corner, cut off one threat, and they'll come at you again in 4 or 5 different ways as well. So Lissycasey though still very brave to the bitter end, still keeping, still pressing, still probing. They need something very special from here. Conor Finucane, in fairness, has done his utmost to keep the guys swinging ball left and right. Daniel Walsh is taking out an outstanding interception there. Big, powerful young man, one with a huge future in the game.
Absolutely, ball coming out here to the far side of the field. field, and it's one out there. Daniel Walsh with the man big, making the big interception, and then there was the clash between Seamus Collins, Shane Hickey going to the ground as well, just taking the knock here, and the referee Niall Quinn is going to have a word with the Lissycasey centre halfback Seamus Collins. It was a kind of a 50-50 ball, or maybe 51-49% ball. It's a yellow card for Seamus Collins. He's the man that goes away. Shane Hickey again just taking a knock there, and again just he's receiving treatment at the moment. He'll be back on his feet very, very shortly. We know Shane Hickey for a long time. It'll take more than that to keep him down, but it looks like he hurt in his leg more than anything else.
I'm sure a horse and the lads will say, right, Shane, we have enough done. We'll get you back in action. We'll have you ready again in a fortnight's time, because there's a lot of mileage in the clock. Shane would know exactly, he'll win the ball, he'll win the free, does what has to be done for the side to get him over the line. And in fairness to Niall Quinn, a yellow card there, a yellow card in one for Keelan. I think there was 2 yellow cards we've given out in the match, and it just shows you, there's been no quarter after given in the game, not a dirty belt in it. Both teams gone hard at it for a county football final, and it looks as if Kilmurray are going to secure that and be the first team back into the COVID final of 2020.
King up today, David McCarthy taking the ball from Dallas Sexton. Dermot Coughlin is here waiting for the ball, and again it's released out to Keelan Sexton, sending the dummy to Noel Downs. What a very huge game for Noel Downs today as the ball drops in. His uncle Jim is listening back, of course, in Quilty as well at the moment, and again the ball going to the left of the goal, and it's going wide. 118 to 210. Kilmurray Bricken leading here at the moment by 5 with additional time, 30 minutes on the clock. Didn't hear what the additional time was at the moment, but you can nearly bank somewhere between 2 and 4 minutes. Out to this side of the field, will there be enough? Conor Finucane on the ball at the moment for the Lissycasey men, waiting for this ball up along the line, linking up with Brian Cahill, taking the run once again to Conor Finucane, challenged out the other side by Andrew Shannon, tries to get back into the centre, now holding on to the ball but still trying to get the way through. Brian Cahill linking up across to the far side of the field. Now we'll go back to Conor Finucane. Now he'll take the kick into the space of goal. Aidan McCarthy trying to control it, back out to this side of the field, still trying to win it, holding on to this Lissycasey man, challenged out, back out to Brian Cahill. Brian Cahill taking the ball out here to the far side of the field. Great work inside in the middle of the field, but it's going to be a free in for Lissycasey on the 20-metre line, and right now at the moment there is 5 between them. There's 31 minutes on the clock. There's changes on the side.
There's 2 men coming on now, and they have about 45 championship medals between them, between Keith King and Pato. Roughly Pato will go in over left half forward. Obviously played the first game here in goal, and now he's gone out left half forward, and Keith King come back in. Keith has struggled off an injury, huge player for Kilmurray over the years as well. He'll go right out in the middle of the field, and he'll make his way in, get himself lumbered up for a county football final in 2 weeks' time.
Ian McInerney on, Noel Downs is coming off, and again Keith King going in. I didn't see who came off for Keith King. The dangerous ball going right across the field once again blocked on the line. Again the ball going into the back of the net. A goal for Lissycasey as the ball goes in, again going up, and now, believe it or not, there's only 2 points between the sides. There's 31 and a half minutes gone. We didn't see the additional time. Is there one more attack left in Lissycasey here? We thought they were done and dusted, but if they win the ball from the kick out, again injured inside is David Sexton on the goal line at the moment. Referee Niall Quinn is going in. It never fails, and never failed right throughout this 60 minutes, Joe, just to keep us on our toes.
No, certainly not, and I think it was Shane Griffin. I know his first attempt was blocked. They seemed to come out again, and he eventually got it over the line. Whoever got it over the line, but it's a goal for Lissycasey, and we said they wouldn't give up. They've kept believing in themselves, and it looked as if Kilmurray had maybe the game won once or twice, but they're still hanging in there, and whatever time will be left, there's going to be another minute or 2, you'd imagine. Niall hasn't signalled that the game is anywhere near over, so everybody's out in the field, and it'll all be about possession now. Lissycasey will push up, no doubt. They have nothing to lose now. They have 2 points in the game. We could be in for a grandstanding finish. In fairness, we've had been entreated to all the thrills, all the spills of the Clare Football Championship in this county semi-final, and it's not over yet.
Absolutely. David Sexton still receiving treatment at the moment. There's 2 points between the sides. The clock will tell us there's coming up to 33 minutes gone here. As we said, I didn't see the additional time, but now there's going to be an extra, at least an extra 2 minutes here on the clock at the moment. David Sexton thankfully back on his feet. Can Lissycasey win this ball from the kick out? Again, how important is the 2 between them at the moment? Is there 1 attack left in Lissycasey men? Because I get a feeling, Joe, that if Kilmurray Bricken get their hands on this ball, it'll be very, very difficult to get it back off from, as they have shown down through the years. Huge experience as well. So let's see what happens with the kick out from David Sexton at the moment. 2 points between the sides. The clock coming up to 33 and a half minutes. It's into the middle of the field, and there's Brian Cahill for Lissycasey that has won the ball, trying to hold on to it. He's been fought. foul. They are getting ready to take the free. It's all down. It's back to Enda Finucane. Enda Finucane are controlling the ball to Niall McCarthy, to Brian Cahill, holding on to the ball. Kilmurray Bricken back defending. They know Lissycasey in order to have to win this ball and hold on to it. Driving up the middle of the field here is Ryan Griffin. He's been fouled. Looking around to take this one. Everybody looking for the ball. Comes out to Matt O'Shea. Matt holding on to the ball. Now measuring that ball across. And Conor Finucane is on it. The one man you want on the ball is on it right now for Lissycasey. Out to the middle of the field. One back into the centre. Heading to 1-2. Holding on to it. Out there is Paulie McNamara. He has been fouled as well. Conor Finucane is on the ball. Is he going to lob this one in around the house? We've seen the danger that has come from the Lissycasey. There's 2 points between the sides at the moment. There's a free in for Lissycasey. Kilmurray Bricken lead by 2. Lissycasey more than likely need a goal here with 34 and a half minutes gone. Conor Finucane is like a man that's going to go for the point on this occasion. He comes up to take this one. It's high. He drops this ball in and the ball landing straight over the bar. There's 1 point between the sides here in the park. At the moment he must have got an indication that there could be an extra minute left in this game.
6 points kicked, 3 from frees, 3 from play. It's still Lissycasey are hanging on in there. They still believe it's possible. Kilmurray now need all their old heads on the ball. They need to get possession, secure possession, get it out of the field. Horse will be saying we have to win this. This is it. It's a county championship semi-final. It's in the offing. Kilmurray still with their noses in front, but only by the hairs of their chinny chin chin.
Who's going to win this ball in the middle of the field? It's won by the Lissycasey man, Niall McCarthy. Now they need to win the ball, and the ball goes astray right into the hands of Kieran Sexton, and now he's doing exactly what we said he would, heading for the corner flag at the far side of the field, about to be challenged by Enda Finucane. Back to Darragh Sexton. Darragh Sexton holding on to the ball. Back out once again. Huge experience out to Enda Coughlin, to Kieran Morrissey, to Dermot Coughlin, back across to Darren Hickey. Darren Hickey on his own 20-metre line, again linking up Enda Coughlin, again fisting it out to the far side, out to Darren Sexton again. Kilmurray Bricken holding on to that ball. 35 coming up to 36 minutes gone. It comes back out to Aidan McCarthy. Aidan McCarthy holding on to it, about to be challenged. Ball goes to the ground. Ball, and again it's picked up by Kieran Morrissey, driving it out to the middle of the field, releasing the ball out to Darragh Sexton. He looks up, sends it out to Daniel Walsh. Daniel Walsh has all the time in the world. Kilmurray Bricken lead by a single point, 118 to 311. It's on to Markeleen. Markeleen down into Andrew Shannon. Andrew Shannon holding on to it. Can Lissycasey get it back? But the Kilmurray men holding on to this ball, back out to Dermot Coughlin. Dermot Coughlin going through the centre, and the danger man on the ball, turning around, and the referee blows the final whistle, and Kilmurray Bricken once again are back into the county football championship final with a thrilling encounter here in the park this afternoon, with a 1 point victory over Lissycasey. And what a game.
What a game. If you were looking for an advertisement for Clare football, you couldn't have got a better spectacle. Full credit to Kilmurray Bricken and Lissycasey. You know, I know it'll be poor consolation, Lissycasey boys. They've given everything for the cause today to score 3-11 in a county semi-final, to go down by a point. But John Ryan should be absolutely, hugely proud of his team out there. They gave everything he would have asked for and more. The Kilmurray boys, got over the line. They'd have been delighted to be back in the county football final, but a couple of movement breaks after the half time, they just had enough to get over the line. And in fairness to both teams, they have to be heartily complimented on what was a spectacular spectacle here in Clare football. Keith King, of course, domiciled in Lissycasey there, living there a number of years. He'll be shaking hands with, touching elbows, I suppose is the proper term. Your heart would go out to Lissycasey boys, but the men for Kilmurray, you have to admire them. They do what they have to do to get back to a county football final. They were asked a lot of questions, and they came up with the answers in the end.
Absolutely, but you have to admire Kilmurray Bricken, Joe, because at certain times they just put so many scores together, and it was a huge challenge all the time for Lissycasey to get back. None more so, of course, than in the last quarter. They raced into a 5 or 6 point lead, and that was huge. And again, that goal, Lissycasey, in fairness to them, still kept in touch, but just couldn't make it at the end. And that point, how crucial that was.
Crucial at the end, and when you go back to David Sexton's save, we said it after half time, an outstanding save off his left leg. It looked as if it was destined for the left. Remember, Shane Griffin got 2 goals after that as well. He could have finished up with 3 goals, the minor coming on today. But everyone shattered out there. It's really just a take your breath away kind of match. Full credit to both teams. It's going to be very hard to analyse. I see David O'Brien, Declan going down there now with the county PRO, looking on the Clare GA TV cameras here beside us. They have to make sense of that, because we had everything you could possibly want in the Clare Championship football semi-final. We had it today, and full credit to both sides. Heartiest congratulations to Kilmurray, back into our county football final. We know that game today will bring them on a ton. Nobody will relish meeting that challenge in the final.
Absolutely. Well, they've been the kingpins of it. There's no question about that. As we wind up here in the park once again, it's victory for Kilmurray Brick, and a very, very special word of thanks to the Innes Home Furniture and everything associated with our big day as well, and looking forward to that. So to Brendan, to Aideen and to Sarah down there, as we said, a special word of thanks this afternoon as well. To Brian back at base, of course, to the two Brians back at base, and especially Brian McLaughlin on production this afternoon, and of course to Joe on analysis once again. Don't forget to join us around 10 to 5 for the first of the hurling semi-finals as well here in the park. But for now, it's victory for Kilmurray Brick, and in the first of the football semi-finals this afternoon is Kilmurray Brick and victorious on a scoreline of 1 goal and 18 points. That's 21 points to Lissycasey, 3 goals and 11. That's 20. Kilmurray Brick and into the county final again. From everybody here in the park for the moment, it's bye-bye for now.
And back to here at ground level, I suppose that to David and to Declan, we have seen probably maybe one of the games of the championship so far this year. I suppose, David, Kilmurray Bricken, narrow winners, 118 to 311. They've gone 6 or 7 points up on 2 occasions and were dragged back.
Yeah, it's as good a game as you're going to see in a lot of years, I'd say, not just this championship. It was a brilliant game, high scoring. You know, that was probably the thing that Lissycasey will look back at the end. There was the push probably came that they had a couple of goal chances. They probably had another 2 or 3 and didn't take them. Kilmurray missed very little. Bar they had a few wides, but they had no real goal chance that they missed. Lissycasey will look back after and they'll have 2 or 3 that they'll say, especially one, David Sexton made an excellent save, which he's done right through the championship. But Kilmurray got over the line. Point in it, it could have went either way. The rush of blood to the head at the end after winning the mark at the end of it, give it away, and I think Kilmurray kept it in for the last minute and a half. That was a sign of composure, whereas Lissycasey really lacked that little bit. Just after winning the mark, they were going to get one more chance of getting a draw out of it. That's the difference between them at the end of it. They've lost nothing in defeat. It won't be any solace to them right now, but they give it absolutely everything.
I suppose Lissycasey have been showing signs the last couple of years, Declan, that they were coming with something, but today they announced themselves for the future. Maybe, as David said, it's not the future doesn't matter today, but they're going to be around, I think.
Yeah, like no one likes moral victories, I suppose, after any game, like, you know, but certainly, you know, and a performance like that's something to build for going forward. Like, you know, as I said, they were set up well, they were conditioned well, you know, they had a plan, they came and they didn't give up the ghost as well, Michael, which was a big thing. You know, they went there was a passage there where they had a goal opportunity and ball was taken off the line. Yes. Quilty went down the field, scored a point, then pinned them in on the kick out and got a goal then after that, and at that stage they went 7 down. You know, and to come back then and even by the time the water break came, they had the score levelled up at that stage. But it's an interesting dynamic, the water break. We were commenting on it, like, you know, at that stage the teams were actually level and all the momentum and energy seemed to be with Lissycasey. The water break came and actually straight after that, we'll say in an instant, Quilty gathered themselves, Kilmurray Bricken gathered themselves and went 5 up. So the water break has certainly brought something different and a dynamic to games, and actually can affect the momentum and how a game is going, like, you know.
So Dave, I suppose you were taking down a few notes of turnovers and stuff. Have you anything to put into that?
Yeah, well, I suppose the big thing was Lissycasey last time was 8 or 9 in their own kickouts. Kilmurray lost 3, including the one at the very end. And they're little margins, like, so it's probably about 40% of their own kickouts that Lissycasey lost. Now they went long, and when you go long, it's the danger, like that they put them out there. Kilmurray won a lot of breaks as they were early. Then Lissycasey came a little bit more into it. Kilmurray were a little bit more measured. They were little turnovers. Kilmurray probably, if you look back over the game to try and find where the point came from, those little things probably had less turnovers in scoring, one more of their kickouts. They're the little things that in games that are that close, that people go, why do you do all this stats and analysis and all? That's why, because they're the little margins, and that's probably what you're going to find at the end of it. That this case will go, we rushed the chance here, we had a shot from outside of range or things. For Kilmurray, I think Dermot Coughlin's point near the end of it will some of them went over and back, and then the shot presented itself. Whereas Lissycasey, little rush of the blood. They're little things, but look, that's probably experience. But we said the kind of thing was, all the things we said Lissycasey would have to do, get 2 or 3 goals, get to the 15 or 16 points. They did all that, but Kilmurray went again, and that was the difference. And that's just the only difference. There's no, you can break it down all you want. One team are going to be at the right side of the result at the end of it, and it just happened to be Kilmurray. If it went on another 5 minutes, it could have been the other way.
I thought myself watching the game, the 2 players that Lissycasey struggled to get hold of when they had the ball was Aidan McCarthy and obviously Dermot Coughlin.
Yeah, very much so. They were very comfortable on the ball. Aidan McCarthy travels the ground very well, as the parlance. Yeah, very comfortable on it. And Dermot as well came into the play, takes the ball very, very comfortable on it, and kicks some really, really good scores, especially from distance. Like as David alluded to there was a great score kick there about 23 or 4 minutes into the second half. Patient build up, the right man taking the ball at the right time and kicking a good score. All right, so. They probably had the more composed team, and that's to be expected with Kilmurray Bricken. They've been around the block, they have those players, and even the young players are coming up, have been around the more, around that, see that at training, what's happening. They're listening to the older guys around them. So you'd expect that in them,
So no one's really wanting. I'm watching this. If this is the case and go up 10% next year, no one's going to want them in a first round draw based on today's evidence.
No, but they're capable of that, and that's it's going from year to year, and you'll notice the teams will come and give a year, and then they'll go back, and that consistency, that half back line with Shane McCollins, Cahill and Oisin Hanrahan, that's as good as you're going to find anywhere. Matt Shea in the middle of the field, Ryan Griffin, that's a spine there straight up the middle. Aaron Griffin and Shane that came on, they've got all that. Conor Fluken was outstanding today, so they've got everything that you could ask for. It's just to come and do it. They were unlucky. They could have ended just easily been a county final, and after today's result, they probably would have been favourites in the county final. That's the small margins, but the pressure is on them now because they have to come and do it again next year.
I suppose we might just look for a second. There's a Kilmehel man there to my left with living in Cratloe at the moment. He's out in action tomorrow. Just maybe a second. What do you think of that game will go Cratloe Breckens tomorrow? They're also live on Clare TV.
Yeah. But that should be a really good game. I'm really looking forward to that one tomorrow. Brickens, come with momentum now, really coming out of the intermediate grade, gave a good account of themselves all the way through last year, even into the Munster final against a very strong Kerry team at that stage, and to have taken that forward into the championship. Good young exciting forwards there, laced throughout the team. Cratloe, again, another experienced outfit, have been over the last 10 years one of the most consistent teams in the county. Should be a really good game, Michael. Looking forward to seeing that one tomorrow. You'd have to say Cratloe probably are the favourites, given their experience again a bit like today. Brickens will need to maximise all their chances that they get tomorrow, but looking forward to a really good game on that.
Listen, again, thanks very much for everyone who's watching. Again, I'd like to thank David and Declan for helping out, and also thank David for his wonderful co-commentary yesterday on the Junior B final in Milltown. He learned so much about watching the Junior B standard. He was thinking of going back playing again. So, final score here in Cusack Park. Kilmurray Bricken in the county final, once again, 118. Lissycasey, narrow losers in 3-11. So again, thanks to David, thanks to Declan. We'll be back again at 5 o'clock for the senior hurling semi-final between Éire Óg and Sixmilebridge.